Okay, we should be live. First, thank you, Skelly, for being first, and also hello, Gunnar. I'm inside the van at the moment, but yeah, we need to. So today's goal for me is to get some cameras installed. We'll see how far we can get with them, because I have this new mobile router or whatever you call it. I think you can see it when I hold it here, like this. Yeah, and it's Ubiquiti UMR Ultra, and this one has, like, you can take out with the RG45, so like a normal Ethernet cable. So that's the reason I got that. So I will be using the same SIM card that we have here with this Bella box. So I won't be able to like finalize the setup with the stream running, because I will have to then use the same internet and take out the internet from the stream. But we can do all the stuff before that. So these are the holders for the camera. So we'll screw them up. I'm thinking these corners here, the upper corner, also hello Frutality, hello, and then we have two, so the other one we would put on the other side, again to the same corner there. Because then I was thinking that we can take the Ethernet cables or the Cat6 cable and hopefully make a route for them so that they go inside this thing here, so inside the hatch or whatever you'd call it, and then we'll drill a hole from the inside into this box in here in the front, and we can get the cables inside from there. So I will have to make some cables as well. So but yeah, the first thing is to get these in there. Also very nice here, I think. Oh yeah, we'll go and see you can actually pretty much see the Venus asking where do we cut the French drain pipes. So Elina here is working with the French drain pipes. Have those been like...
Yeah, it's connected up, but I think it is like 3 or 4 ribs in.
Okay, so maybe it can go further, or maybe not.
Most definitely.
Yeah, or we'll get...
I cannot get
yeah,
it.
yeah, because I think... Well, I think we could maybe check it with that one first, so we can then like estimate how deep it goes, so that we don't cut it like too much at least. Because you can see that these things that they connect with, there's like these teeth sort of that like click into these greases here. So how deep they go, we will have to, I guess, test. But I'll go get some gloves, so I can help you with that. So yeah, Elina is here working on the pipes, while I'll work on the cameras. But yeah, I'll get gloves, because I've already had one gloves and they're like completely drenched, because it's quite wet. So the weather it's not bad in that sense that we don't have rain at the moment. Gonna be lurking, gotta play some Barotraamo with some work colleagues. That sounds nice. Also, wait a second. Work colleagues. Have you gotten employed while behind my back here? Can't believe this. No, just kidding. But yeah, Barotraamo is I've only played it a few times because we never got a group large enough to play it. But that seems like a absolute blast. But yeah, I guess the question then is, how do we make this go further? We'll see. Technically former work colleagues, yeah, I was assuming.
I found it easiest to push it.
Yeah, but I think one would need to hold this in here, and then I will push it. So I don't think chat can see anything, but it doesn't really move much.
I don't think it is really detached.
Oh yeah, I can't like pull it out, that's for sure. So I guess that's yeah, I guess that's as far as it goes.
Yeah.
So how deep do we assume it is? There is some wiggle room, I guess, but
it does
wiggle a bit. But the problem is that if we can't make it too long and can't put it in there, then it makes like it makes it wonky, and also like we can't take it out. But I guess somewhere like here would be safe.
Yeah.
So that's, I think, as far as we can push it in there, and we surely get connected then.
I would like.
Yeah, I'm assuming that one there.
Oh yeah, I cannot rotate it now.
Yeah, I can show it if you like.
Yeah.
Which one was it that you started showing? Is this one? There's some
Yeah.
marks in here, so I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Assuming that's the one. Can you hold it like this?
Yep.
I don't like to saw the gravel.
Oh. I just need to get it in.
Yeah. Is it in there? I don't think it is.
It clicked.
It definitely didn't click. Not all the way, at least. Now it did. So yeah, I guess that's then connected.
Then I just need to start measuring.
Yeah, using the bubble level.
Because I think this is quite level. This part, the ends are quite good.
Yeah, I would assume so. So I feel like there's like stuff missing from underneath here, so
yeah,
you need to push in stuff.
Yeah, I didn't
Stuff.
fill it in yet because
Yeah.
I was waiting to transfer it control.
All I can see is you stroking large French pipe, and I never knew I needed this in my life. Yeah, this is the content you signed up for. Me stroking a French pipe. But yeah, unfortunately my father took my car, so my van is with my father because of like the Avant machine. It's easier to, it has more strength than this. So now my tools are in this cramped space. But yeah, we need some tools for the camera installations. So let's see which bag has which stuff in it. Because I had them in such a beautiful order in like at the back of the van, but I had to move them and now they're all everywhere. This is the wrong one, so it's then supposedly this bag that I need. But yeah, actually here are the, I was worried that we don't have these working gloves with us, but there were plenty in Palkku inside the caravan there, but apparently I also have them with me, so not an issue in any case. But yeah, so we need a drill, then we need some drill bits, so this should do. But then we also need like these head types of things. I don't know, I guess they are drill bits as well, just not for drilling but for screwing. Guess we could use these as well. I don't think I've used this set yet, so wait, have I? Maybe I have. But yeah, so these are the tools we need at least. Oh yeah, and a battery mayhaps for the drill. There's some neighborhood kids screaming in the, I think you can hear them. So there's some Redeem Finish there for you with the with the screaming ASMR. But yeah, so this is the, I could actually take the wooden box as well, because in there, this wooden box you're seeing here, this is from my father. I asked to borrow this, and here you can see there's like these extremely long drills, and those are what I use to drill through the outer wall of the caravan. So we'll need that too. Let's see if I can carry all of this stuff. Might be, because again, like I'm the one trip Andy, so need to get them all at one time. Oh, and also I think we can press the magic button here to the side and lose the whatever that trailer knob thing is. So that thing is magic, the way it goes inside. There it goes. No longer can we pull a caravan with it. But yeah, I guess these are the tools we'll need for now. We'll come back for more if need arises. But I can't at the moment think that we'd need anything else than these. Again, let's see if I can carry them. I wasn't expecting to hear kids nearby. There's some houses all around us, so. But I don't think there's that many like families with children here. I think they might be the only one like really near us. Because like these houses are mainly built in the 70s, like around us, and like if you have someone that has like built the house in the 70s, they would be like past retirement age by now. So of course some of them have sold them, and so there's like new people coming in. So not all of them are like original builders, but for those that are. So yeah, we'll take these longer drill heads inside, because we'll definitely drill it from here so that we don't like drill into anything that we don't want to. Mainly the electrical cables and massive amounts of soda bottles. Also, hello Sergeant Katak. How are you? How are you today? So yeah, today's agenda for me is to install these on the corners there. What I'm thinking is, because in here you can maybe see there's like this small like a crevice or whatever here, and that's where the cable comes out from. So I was thinking that if the cable comes out from here, where do we place it so that we can get the cables easy? But we could now take and use the, I don't know if I can show you guys, but these like in between in the planks here, so we could use that for the cables. So maybe not put it in the most upper corner, but instead like just below it. We'll see where we end up. The only another thing we have is that my A ladders or whatever you call them, so those things that you can climb up with, they're also inside the van, which is now at my parents' place. So I just have to use this rickety plastic chair to do this, which is far from ideal. Also, hello Hanuki. Doing well. I am attempting to brute force a computer in my local network, but it is taking years for the script to run. I see that. That sounds exciting. Hopefully that's legal. Hello. No, just kidding. How you get your text to look like that is always beyond me. That's some advanced technology Brutality has, for sure. But yeah, I think the question here is that, do we have a measuring tape? If not, do we need to measure with something else, or do we just wing it? Actually, we do have a measuring tape. Because the thing I'm curious about is, it would be nice if we could get them symmetrical, so I could measure like an approximate location for these. Like where do we put them before I screw them? Because I was thinking that I could like drill some holes, like pre-drill holes for them, so that it would not splinter the wood like the planks on the outerior here. Sorry, I guess you're not seeing much. I'm just reaching for it. I'm trying to learn penetration testing, but it's proving to be very hard. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I remember at uni we had like a course, and I remember using like Wireshark and stuff, and I remember that being like an interesting site that I at least had never like really thought about, like even existing. But yeah, we need something that we can like mark the locations. I remember my father has this like not like a screwdriver, but just like a spike. And I'm just thinking that maybe I would need to buy one myself, because it would come in handy in situations like this. Because now I can either use like one of these screws that I will end up like screwing into the outerior into, or then like the drill head. If I had like a sharp pen, I could also use that, but I don't think I have anything like that. Because I think we have like one marker, but that's like an enormous one. So yeah, these are the sets that came with the camera. So you can see there's like these plugs that you can put in like soft walls and like drywall and stuff. But here we'll just screw it, since it's the wood that we'll be screwing it into, so we don't need those plugs. So those plugs are for softer material. because they like expand when you drill into those. But yeah, we'll just, guess we can take the bag with us since we'll need them. Yeah, unfortunately there's hardly any room for me to like lay my tools at unless I do it on top of this. On top of this here, I guess I can use this as a, it's just that it's a bit it's a bit steep. But yeah, so what I'm thinking is that I'll try and mark the locations with this screw. Hopefully, I don't know if that works. Because again, if I had like a spike or something that I could like really push into it, I could like easily see the marks. Or then if I had like a pencil with a narrow enough head, that would also work. But yeah, it's, I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to rain just a little bit. Actually, it might be picking up as well. Let's see if it does. Because like we're in no hurry, so we can basically wait out the rain if it really starts raining. But we'll see. But yeah, let's take a, I think we need like the smallest drill for wood for this, because again the screws we are using are not that wide. So I think we'll take this 3mm one. Might even be like too much, but we don't want to drill it through it, just so that there's like a little bit of place for the screw to go into, so that it doesn't like immediately split the wood in there. But yeah, so we can either use this drill bit here to like mark the locations, or then the screw we had. But yeah, it's really starting to rain now. Can't believe this. Can't believe this. Because again, the forecast didn't mention a drop of rain today, so we've been lied to yet again. Like always. But yeah, again, I don't think you can see much because I'm reaching upwards and trying to get the location for this. Like, where do I put it? It's basically 6 centimeters from the sides there. I think that would be a nice spot. Let's see if I can mark it or not. Again, it could be that I'm pressing these in here and they're doing nothing. You can see that I did leave a sort of a mark there, so maybe it will be enough for me to see. We'll see. But also I'm curious about these screws, if they, because I think that's what were given to me on the set. So just gonna test that. Yeah, they are not holding too much, but I guess they also, like, the camera doesn't weigh much. So the recommendation for that spike to mark and pre-punch those holes, I have stolen one from your granddad. yeah, I think I will need to get one of those myself, as it seems that my grandpa no longer has one I could steal. But yeah, I don't know if you can see, there is like 4 marks here now, so I guess I can use those for the drilling. But yeah, the rain has also like stopped basically, so that wasn't too long, not too bad either. But there's still some drops in here and there. You can maybe see that my sleeves are now just a tad bit wet. But yeah, I will need to go and I don't know what the tool is called, like the spike to mark. Is it like a puncher, or I don't think I've like ever like looked that up. Like what would be the name for it? But yeah, now we'll just drill those holes. We could also go and do the same for the other side, but I guess we'll just start with this. Or maybe I should actually go and measure the location for the other side, so that we know that if it will be completely different. Because again, these are like sort of temporary. And oh yeah, actually the question here is if I put it, because I wonder if these wooden, like this paneling thing, if they're at the same spots on the other side. They should be relatively the same, because they start from the bottom there, and they are of course the same size, so for that sake I'm assuming it would be. But now I'm curious if I go to the other side, if they actually align like they do there. So yeah, it sort of does. So the one we have it at is the first full one and on the bottom of that one. So we should be able to find the same spot here. He had many. Okay, then I go and scoop myself one then. Yeah, we can find the same spot here. That shouldn't be too hard. But again, I don't think you can see much because it's in my chest at the moment. But yeah, I'll go and make the other side first, and then we'll come back for this side. And again, I then need to go indoors and drill a hole from there to like properly see. But yeah, let's see if this plastic chair thingy can hold my weight, because to be completely honest, I'm not too trusting. Because it can hold my weight when I'm sitting on it, but like the weight from a shoe is different, I guess. It's not feeling like I should trust it. Maybe I can. Okay, I'm on it, guys. I didn't die. But yeah, maybe you can see the markings I made now. So there's these ones here. But yeah, again, I don't want to go all the way through, so just enough that it would like prevent the wood from splitting. Can't believe I can't find it the same spot I've used. No, whether this is necessary or not, I wouldn't know. Like, I just do it to be safe. It could be that the roots, since they are actually quite small, I don't think they necessarily would even split the panel. But I'd rather be safe than ruin it. So that's where we'll end up with this first holder. But yeah, I guess I'll go and mark the other side. So we'll have both of them at the same time then. There's some mosquitoes coming around me, coming for me. Can't believe this. But yeah, this side is definitely higher up. So because of like the sand pile stuff on the other side, that makes it easier to be on the other side there compared to here. So we definitely need the plastic chair when we'll be doing it on this side. Again, I don't think you can see much, sorry about that. Should be done soon. I'll just again try and punch those holes so I know where to drill. But yeah, I'm mostly blind here because of like how much lower I'm on this side. But yeah, I guess there are sort of marks that I can see now. So yeah, let's drill on that side too, so that we can now then change the drill head to be the one for the screw instead of this drill. But yeah, that also means that we need to pull this chair to the other side. Now, I don't think we've compacted this side as much as we may have done the other, so we'll see if this chair will sink into here, like 1,000 kilometers into the ground. I'm trying to press it with my with my feet first, so if it sinks, that it would sink as much as it will already. Not after I put my leg on it. So that's the first one. Can't believe the second one. Third one, and then that went actually almost through there, so can't believe I've done this. But yeah, that's all 4 of them. So now we can try and screw it in. We shouldn't need this small drill anymore, so I'll return it return it to the pack, because if you like put them in your pockets or stuff and don't like return them immediately, that means that the next time you're trying to find one you no longer have it where you think you have it. So for that sake, as long as you're able, I suggest you return them where you took them. So like this. But yeah, now we would need to switch to one of these. But yeah, we need to check which one is the correct one for this purpose. So here we have the screw, and to me it looks like an ordinary, because there's like two sorts of these. In Finnish you call them star head. I don't know if that's a term you can use in English, but there's like two types of these. There's these like ones that have like the sort of like an uppercut here. Maybe you can see it's like a triangle here on the end. So that's the two different kinds. I think there's like a naming convention there. It's the one is like PH and the others are PZ, I guess. Is that correct? I think so, yeah. So either it's like PH or then PZ. Work safety first, yeah, that's exactly what we were doing there. Yeah, I guess either one of these would work, which is weird to me that but then I guess there's hardly any difference on them for this depth that we're on. So we'll just use this longer one here, so we don't need to use like an attachment for it. So I think we can put this directly on the drill there. But yeah, so these ones would then be the ones we drill in, and it should be like this. Work safety first, yeah. Yeah, the plastic chair is the pinnacle of work safety. But yeah, unfortunately the ladder I had is inside the van, and that's with my father now, with my parents. So yeah, we need to change the settings here. So the number 1 is for, well, basically the number 2 is for drilling, so like making holes and stuff. So number 1 is for like screwing. So that's what we changed it to, and then there's like also a setting here for the torque, and that's for drilling, and then there's like the clutch is from anywhere between 1 and 21. But I guess here, as I don't know, I could maybe do one with like a lower setting first and see if when it's like stops going inwards, and see if I can set the clutch to be correct. But I feel like here, I wonder which one gives more force to it, the plastic here or the wood underneath. So I don't know if the torque or the clutch is something that I can adjust. Because again, like if you put it low enough, it will like stop before there's like too much resistance. So it might be like, okay, I'll drill it all the way here. But then if you like add it, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And the thing that you could do is that when you find out like what's the correct like amount there for the clutch, then you can like set it for there, and then every time you drill it goes to the same depth on the same material. So for that sake, that it would be good to get the right value from there. But since we're only making 8, I don't know if we actually save much time doing that. But yeah, so yeah, again, would like to have more hands, especially like if you think about like those ladders that I was talking about. They usually have some sort of like a level or something on top of them that you can use to like store stuff in. So I could have like this hammer drill thingy in there, and like instead of like trying to hold everything in my hands. But yeah, I guess I need to put the rest of the screws in my pocket so that I have more hands available, because then I would like need one hand to hold this thing in. I'm trying to see if the holes match up, and actually they do quite nicely. So I'm somewhat happy with this. Now I would only need again more hands to get this started. Let's see. I don't know how much of this you can see, because again I'm like lower than I would hope to be. So let's see if this works or not. Could also be that I need a longer drill bit for this, so that because here the plastic and this part here collide. So I think I'll go and get like an extender for this. I don't think I can. Let's see, but I don't think I can screw it with that plastic thing there. Yeah, no, can't believe this. So yeah, I need a longer one. Do I have them in this set? I think there is one, yeah. I think they were also on the other set. So this one surely is for extending these, yeah. So I just use this to extend it longer so I don't hit the plastic. But yeah, the longer you have this, I guess the more accurate you need to be with where you have the drill in. So for that sake, I suggest you start with like a shorter ones, assuming there's nothing in the way. But yeah, now this should be long enough that I can go next to the plastic and not on it. But yeah, again, I don't know how much you can see of this madness. So that's the first screw done. First screwed. Yeah, then I'll need to find the plastic bag with the screws in and hopefully find it so that I don't drop them all, because it's like open on one end. And then the another one. And more screwing. But yeah, again, these cameras hardly weigh anything, so like you can basically see from the length of these screws that if the cameras were any heavier, then the screws would need to be like both longer and I think thicker. So that's just a testament to the lightweight of these. But they are not any longer than this. But yeah, there's now two of the 4 screws installed, and I'll go for the third. And then the final one. But yeah, there was an ad break it seems, but yeah, there's hardly anything noteworthy you lost if you had some ads you had to watch. I got the second and the third screw in, but I don't know how much of this you can see. Maybe you can. I'm trying to put it in the angle so that you would see, but it's on my chest, the camera, so I don't know how much of it can you actually see. But yeah, I guess the key here is to like not overdo it, because that would just split the plastic, because the screws are metal, so they would definitely go through it. But yeah, that's the finished product then. Here's hoping it's the right way around. Can just barely see it. Okay, yeah, that's what I was assuming that you hardly saw that. But yeah, then we would need to repeat that for this other side. So I'll have to go and get the plastic from inside, because I feel like I left the other mount in there. So there's 2 cameras, so 2 of those same ones. Trying to find the spot where the plastic chair was before, so that it wouldn't need to sink in the sand again. But yeah, let's go get the other plastic. I guess we could also make sure we have it the right way around. Now that it's already in there, it's good to do some checks. But I did try and look for that before I started, so it hopefully should be correct. So like this is how we have it, and here are the cameras. So basically the way it goes in here is that you slide it from the side like this, and then you can see there's the underneath where the cable comes out from, so we'll just put this next to the wood paneling there. So we'll get this in there. But yeah, so we have it the right way around, luckily. And then there's the second bag of screws we'll use, and I guess I have the previous one in my pocket with only these plugs, so I leave it here. So I bamboozle myself when I'm looking for, trying to find the screws for this. But yeah, you can see Elina there making the French drains. I think there's some nice progress there already. There's a shorter pipe here if that's long enough for the whatever is remaining.
I was thinking I would use this one.
Yeah, either one works, yeah, of course.
It has all the both ends are.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, the both ends on that one are correct.
I still. What do we need that?
But I guess it depends on like which one has the right length. Yeah. So that corner there is the highest one, and then that corner over there on the other side, those are the two highest. Those two are the highest corners, so on like both ends. So that one over there and then this one here is the highest ones. You can also cut this one that's the shorter here if it's too long, or is it actually too short? It might be, I think it's too short. Oh dear, so we'll just have to cut another one, it looks like. It's just barely short. It looks like, yeah, it is. So vissiin ihan vähän lyhyt. Vissiin ihan vähän lyhyt. Yeah, so we need to cut another one. Cut from the long one, it seems, but yeah, I'll continue with the cameras. Huikkaastitteko tarvii tulla työntää niitä toisiin? Sehän voi sahata niitä valmiiksi. Okay, I'll go and help Elina push in one pipe, because it's easier to do with the two of us as opposed to doing it alone. Especially I feel like with how they are currently a bit wet, so I guess that doesn't like help here either.
I'm still wishing I get to use this one.
Oh dear, I don't think you can.
So I brought it here
Oh,
just in case.
yeah, actually, if that one you had cut it all the way to the edge there, maybe then it would have been long enough. Hello?
No, it doesn't.
So do we push this one in, or which one do you want to go?
Let's push this.
Yeah, push this one here. So you hold the barrel.
Watch it.
So then I'll push this pipe in. Onko se siellä? Is it in there?
It is there.
Yeah, so you can see it from inside here that the lip is showing. I can maybe show you the guys.
Yeah,
Show
there's
you
the
guys.
white insides of the pipe. It's white, so it's showing.
Yeah, the insides of the pipe should be showing. I think you can maybe see it there.
Just yeah,
Just
black
yeah,
all over.
because otherwise it's all black. But there's the side.
This is where the rats run
There.
around.
So that's apparently
in
where
the pipes.
all the rats are going in. Don't smack it. You don't want to move it.
Yep. Now I spoiled it.
Yeah, now it's ruined. I am tempted to buy the newest Chaos Knights army box that Games Workshop announced a few days ago.
For it.
Yeah, definitely go for it, says Elina there.
Yes.
I would also say that if you can, you should. Because life's too short to skimp on hobbies. But yeah, we are here. We are the bad influence. Being like, yeah, definitely do it, boy. I know you want to. Oh, but is it actually long enough? Oh yeah, that's... Yeah, no, I think, did we actually make a... Did we bamboozle ourselves pushing in that one since it's not long enough? I see, that sounds like a bad idea, but maybe that's long enough then. Okay, we can do that. So you'll hold that.
It's easier to measure the level.
Yeah.
They are pushed in.
So we'll do another one. Can you lift it up a bit?
I think it is.
Yeah, it's definitely long inside enough. You can hear it click, so I guess that's when you know. But yeah, then the question is, can we use this? Because for some reason
I'm hopeful.
Elina cut it like this. So let's see if it's long enough. It actually, I think it is.
I knew it.
It might actually be even like too long.
I knew it was going to be needed.
Oh yeah, it's too long. Now we have to cut, I think.
You have to
Cut this one a bit. Okay, do you think this one goes further?
I think it does.
You have to open the lid.
You're welcome.
Now I have 2 pair of gloves and both are wet.
Mine are a little bit. Oh, we get our first water in.
Yeah.
And someone said there will be no troughs.
Who said there will be no problem? I don't think it goes any further. You can already see the end there.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so I think we just have to cut this other one.
Little one is too tall.
Yeah, we need to cut that one. So I don't know. I think maybe. What do you guys think? I think we're saying, I would say, like from here or then here. So maybe we play it safe and cut it here, because it's easier to cut more than it is to reverse a cut once done. So it is 7 war dogs, but the real question is, do I buy 2 of that box?
Yes.
Yeah, that's also a yes immediately from Elina. So I'm assuming that's the answer then. But I guess the question is, how many points do you get from one of those boxes? So again, if we put it here, I think we need to cut it from here.
But I've also heard that if you are in doubt or if you should buy something, you should wait 30 days and
Yeah, you should sleep on it,
yeah.
at least.
I don't think you need to wait 30 days.
Yeah, 30 days sounds
Go
extreme.
for it.
30 days sounds extremely extreme. So that should be hopefully long enough.
Yeah.
And not too short at least. But yeah, you need to. I think that's there then. Yeah, you need to straighten it up. I can push it down here so that it wouldn't move it. That's way too much. You can see the corners of the house, so you can actually maybe put it like, I don't know, like. What? Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that matters much. Maybe if I hold it here and you can push it on that side a bit, maybe it straightens the pipe a bit. If you take that from there, take 3 steps towards me and then bend that part so that you're holding it from behind. So take like a step backwards and like this, and then bend it if you can. Yeah, like that.
I don't think it's going to.
If you can make more of it so that it would like, because again these pipes.
Not.
Okay. Yeah, Gatakis. But yeah, it's actually already better. It's not too bad anymore. But yeah, it will move about when you level it, so I guess it doesn't matter if we move it too much. One box is about 1000 points, since each war dog is about 130 to 150 points. Then you would need to, yeah, like I don't know what's the model distribution stuff in like those, so that if you have like options, so if you should not go for a single type of unit, so like getting 2 boxes makes sense if there's like other stuff you could get instead to have like variety. But yeah, I would always go for 2000 if possible, because I feel like I think even like Games Workshop has said it, that's where they aim to have the balance is around there on the 2000 points. because I know for a fact that within like 1,000-point games the balance is hardly there. Not that it's like solid in any other any other point amount in Games Workshop's games, but I feel like it gets better in like larger games in around 2,000, I guess. But yeah, if you wait 30 days the box will be sold out. Yeah, so you can't, they make it hard for that. Yeah, let's see if I can actually just pour all of these out and only take the screws inside the bag. But yeah, you might be seeing that I'm in like literally no hurry today because it's Sunday, so we're chilling. So yeah, let's go and put this in there. Also looked up a video yesterday on how do you make those cables. So I should, in theory at least, know how to do it. Whether that translates to practice, we'll see. So if that's something that I can actually manage, we'll see. But luckily I do have the tester for the internet cable thingy, so I should be able to see immediately if there's something wrong with the cables I'm making. And then should be able to fix them. So for that sake, I guess it shouldn't be too bad. But here we go again, so... Oh damn, here we go again. Let's see if I can get the first one, because then it will be easier after the plastic stays in there without me needing to hold it. Like so, and then I twist it just a bit to hopefully get it more straight. I think it might have been better earlier, but with the screw holes I have in there, I don't think there's much I can do. Each War Dog is 3 different kits, I think, but current meta is all War Dog spam. Yeah, I see. I would say that's unfortunate, seeing that if you then go in and buy a gajillion of them and then like the next edition, or like who knows how long that will be the case. Because you know, unfortunately, Games Workshop is that the newest unit is usually the most OP for however long the edition lasts and how long it takes them to make a new unit that then can be sold because it's so good. But yeah, if they have like other units, I would then of course like consider not going for the War Dog spam, but it also depends on like who you're playing with. And if you're like considering going for like tournaments and stuff. Because I feel like for those it would like the spam would then make sense. I've not like played Games Workshop games in tournaments myself, so I've only ever played them with like friends. So I've mainly avoided using too cheesy combos. But I was known for having a Shadow Sword in my Astra Militarum list, which I have to say didn't really get me more friends since that was like a rough opponent in friendly games. Because it basically one-hitted any like tank or anything the opponent had. So some of my friends were struggling with it a bit. But yeah, so that's also now screwed in there. And again, it's like extremely tight. The whole van moves when I try to pull from it. So that's done. Yeah, I only plan to play at friends. Yeah, then I would maybe not go for like the whatever the meta is currently, because I feel like that's not the. Because usually when you play with friends, of course, if you like agree on it, that we'll try out some like crazy mad cheesy combos, like tournament lists and stuff. But I feel like normal casual players hardly have the models for those, because again, it's usually just spamming one unit. So buying just the one unit is hardly something most collectors would like to have in their armies. Maybe I will buy both boxes and then sell off any extra models that I have. Yeah, that would also be like an option. I feel like most of these new boxes that they come up with, also now seeing that the trunk for some reason has opened on the car. Whether that was already there before or not, I don't know. I at least only noticed now. So that's weird. But yeah, I think I was saying something, but I already forgot the end of the sentence. But yeah, I think like if you're a collector wanting to build an army, I think you don't want to spam too many of the one unit, like a tournament player might. But again, like selling the extras would maybe make sense, because again, I feel like most of the boxes Game Workshop comes out with, especially the ones that are sold out, you can easily get your money back with them, like, because they are such a good value. So I feel like for those it wouldn't like be a bad investment either, assuming like there are people around you. But I feel like the markets in Sydney should definitely be better than like here, because I feel like even in here you can sort of like flip some of the boxes. For example, like buying a starter box for like a new edition and selling the other army, because they usually have two. So I think that works like here. So I would assume it works at least as well in Sydney. Like there are people who are lazy enough to not buy the whole box and go through the hassle of selling the extras, so they just buy the extras from someone else. But yeah, so the next step would be, I guess, to open the front lid box thingy, and then we would need to drill a hole from here to there and try and get the cables in. The model is more expensive here, so easy to flip, but also no one likes scalpers. Yeah, I think as long as you price it like nicely, again, like not as a scalper pricing, so I'm not trying to make a profit. I would say that you can easily get away with the extras, because again, if you're trying to make a profit with them, that's a whole other thing. But the way you phrased it, at least I feel like it was mostly that whatever you don't need, you would just let go. So not really in the whatever I don't need, I will just make a massive profit from. so I would say that if you keep that in mind, then you should be able to get rid of those extra ones. But yeah, definitely if you're trying to sell them for the same price that the OSP or whatever is the term for it. But yeah, so we would like to get the electrical stuff, or like the internet cables now, from somewhere here. But I guess the question is what height, and I guess that's the only question, because I was thinking, do we put one from each side, but I think it makes sense to have them from the same hole through here. Imagine being a scalper. Nat, can't believe you'd come in with those. I also can't believe you come in here with a redeem finish for a minute. Can't believe this. Where's my watch? My watch ends now. Yeah, true, I wouldn't scalp, haha. Most likely will be sitting on my shelf while I paint my Necrons over the next few years, yeah. The Avalanche next ones are, if I find a minute. Jaha, ja sitten jatkuu suomeksi uskomatonta suomikontenttia. Mihin me laitetaan nämä lukot? Taaskin ei saisi näyttää avaimia striimissä, niin ne on nyt näytetty moneen kertaan tällekin striimille. On se melkoista. Mutta niin, se kysymys tässä nyt oikeastaan olisi sitten se, että tullaanko me yhdellä reijällä, tullaanko me keskeltä, mistä me vetään ne nettipiuhat. Kun periaatteessa sekään ei ole ehkä hyvä, että niihin pääsee käsiksi tuolta alhaalta. Et siinä mielessä toki joku ylempi korkeus voisi olla parempi, olisi ehkä vähempi näkyville, jos sinne tulisi tuolta ylhäältä. Mutta se onkin sitten mielenkiintoinen kysymys, että mistä kohtaa ne tulee. Toinen on se, että ei haluaisi porata noihin olemassa oleviin johtoihin. Niin siinäkin mielessä sitten se, että mikä se kohta on. Tuollahan näkyy tosiaan, tuossa on tuo sähköjohto, mikä tulee sisään sinne, ja ton takana on sitten se sähköjohto, mikä tulee ne ulkorasioille. Mutta tosiaan, että jos ottaa reilusti niiden yläpuolelta, niin se nyt varmaan toimisi vielä. Kyllä sen tosiaan tarvitse mikään nätti olla, se vaan, että se toimisi. Okay, that's a minute gone. So now Nat, as you redeemed it, I'm assuming you're ready to do the translations. Amateur bullies me about being a scalper because I ranted about taking down the Labubu scalpers. Yeah, I feel like with Nat. No way, that was a minute. You're scamming us. That was a minute. It was my watch was. I didn't maybe show it to you, but I had a watch here. So that definitely was a minute. I think we've already discussed that we need to make it longer, but do you guys want it to be longer? Because again, I don't know if you guys can understand much of it, so I guess I should ask you guys, since the Finnish people, I think, wouldn't mind it being longer. But yeah, with Nat being the scalper, I think there's this, if you've ever heard of it, like you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. So Nat is the villain. She became a scalper in her later days, trying to fight the scalpers. But also so fair to get good value as a buyer and seller in the community. Yeah, I think again, like I think the difference there being that if Sergeant Attack you would buy like 2 boxes of them, sell whatever extras you have for the around the same price as you say like bought them for. So let's say the box is $100 and there's like 3 of the guys in there, you would pay roughly $33 each. Now, if you are selling them for 40, I would say it's still reasonable, assuming like the official price for them, like if you were to buy directly, would be like something like 50 each or whatever. So again, like that would be fair for like both the buyer and the seller. But if you're there like asking like, yeah, I need like 48, that would be like on the like, why would I not just buy it directly from the Games Workshop then? So yeah, I think there's like different ways to go about it. So definitely try and keep the pricing where it's like fair for everyone. Again, depending on, of course, like I know some people when those boxes come out and there's like a short period of time like you can't get them anywhere, people are there like, yeah, I will sell them, like I sell 2 of them for the price that I paid for all 3 of them or something like that, trying absolutely to scalp stuff. And I know for like people that go to tournaments, they really like need those models too, so they are like forced to pay them if they don't get them otherwise. But there's the scalping part that I too don't like, so as long as the price is somewhat fair, I would say. Yeah, buying above MSRP is natural selection. Yeah, unfortunately, that is true. No, that was me. That was just me. Can't believe you doubt me. Can't believe you doubt me. I still need to check out one of those Warhammer standalone stores I keep seeing people go to. Yeah, I think we only have one in Helsinki here in Finland. Most of the others are like hobby places that sell other stuff. And I would actually prefer those that have like not just the official Warhammer stores, because there's so much like third-party stuff that are so cool, like terrain and like stuff that you can like use for basing and stuff. So I think the variety of stuff is so much better in like the non-official stores, because of like all the different third-party producers, not just like for models but just like for paints and stuff. So I would like argue that you should maybe go for like a hobby store that sells both Warhammer and other stuff. But again, like Warhammer World is an experience for sure, so I'm not saying you shouldn't go there. I agree to all of that. Okay, Nat, you need to translate what we were talking about there. Can be fun to go to since everything's free to try. Just be careful of getting stuck in unskippable dialogue. Yeah, you need to start practicing the when you go there. I think Gundam is easier to get into because it's all push fit. Yeah, I guess, but again, like we have Warhammer models that are also push fit, so I don't think that's like necessarily the like a, I would say like a barricade or whatever you'd call it, like to starting Warhammer. But I guess the biggest boundaries to starting Warhammer would be the price and then the friends that you would like to have to play them with, and again like deciding what game to play, because there's so many to choose from, and again like tying that into the who do you play it with. But yeah, so basically if we sit down we can actually see there's the electrical wires and there's the holes that they go through to the front box. So we either go above them or basically below them. I don't think there's any reason that we would go like between those two. But the question again is whether we go, that's what I was talking about in Finnish, that whether or not we go, yeah, actually Nat has translated, so, oh god, that's so wrong. Translation. I am reaching into Paukku where I keep all the rat food to feed our future children in the sanctuary. There is some gourmet selection we are A/B testing. What's A/B testing? To perfect the alfresco experience. Likely there will be over 5,000 rats homed. I can't wait to open the doors next month. Can't believe this. Nat, your Finnish has deteriorated beyond the point of saving. If I were to translate what you just wrote in Finnish, could I actually even do that? Reaching is a hard word in that sentence, like how would you say it in Finnish? Because reaching is like ylettää, or I guess we can use that. It's a poor one, but let's do that. Yritän ylettää paukkuun, missä pidän kaikkea rottien ruokaa, joka on minun tulevaisuuden lapsieni turvapaikassa. Siellä on gourmet-vaihtoehtoja, joita testaamme täydelliseen alfresco-kokemukseen. Todennäköisesti siellä on tulee olemaan yli 5000 rottaa asutettuna. En malta odottaa avata ovia ensi kuussa. It's also like hard to translate because the sentence structure is different, but when I'm just going for like word per word, it's like it's absolute butcherings. Where's the water for hydration check? Yeah, unfortunately we don't have the water here today. I was thinking of taking it, but it's just for the one day. I think I was lazy, I admit. There's also, I don't think we even have a hydration check. Should we have those? I guess we could. A/B testing, also known as split testing, is a user experience research method where different users are shown two versions of the same design to determine which one performs better. Okay, I see. I don't think I've ever run into that. Or then it's called something different, could be in here. Free translation to Finnish for 500 channel points per hour. Mukava lapsi rats. Rat is rotta. So R-O-T-T-A, rotta. Chugging is why I added cooldown to redeems. Please add hydration check so I can commit you to chugging. Oh yeah. Yeah, we could have like 2 different hydrations. So we could have like a chugging every 3 hours and then like a hydration check for every hour. So we could have 2 of those. 2 of those different ones. But yeah, we would definitely need water because if I only have like soda stuff in here, I would like absolutely drown myself with the chuggings. So for that sake, I think I'll need to be more careful with what I bring here if we are to have those redeems. But yeah, we definitely need more redeems, so I guess that's a good one. Although I have to say, when we are inside like Avant machine and there's a hydration check, I don't know if I will like immediately run out. Can't believe you don't drink water. Who said I don't drink water? It's just that I don't have any today. If only we had like water connected here, we wouldn't have this trouble. Can't believe this. Makkara rotta ja sausage rat. But yeah, now the question is, how large of a hole do we drill through the wall? What do you guys think? There's also the box with the actual cable, so I guess we could see that first. So here there should be some not electrical but internet cable. So let's see if we can open this box. So here you have, so this is apparently the cable we'll be working with today. Also there was an ad break, but there's hardly anything you missed. This is the roll of, it should be 100 meters of this internet cable. So yeah, for this, if we are, even as we will be putting in 2 next to each other, I still feel like the smallest drill here will be more than enough. So this one here, oh, for sure, I think. Well, maybe like 2 of them side by side will be somewhat difficult, but I feel like it will be doable. So we should be okay. Yes, definitely should be way okay. So yeah, I guess we'll take the, what will your internet speeds be like? So we have, we just had last week someone came in here, or like the company that they do the connections around here for the fiber optics. So they came in and dug up the fiber optics, so that's now readily dug in there, but it's not yet connected. So once we get that connected, I think I ordered a 1000 megabytes connection, so 1 gigabit connection. I think that's what I ordered. Because it wasn't like too expensive. I think it was something like there was a discount for people that have like houses here and stuff. So with that included, I think it's something like 30 euros a month for this 1 gigabit upload and 1 gigabit download. So it should be like way too fast whatever use I will have for it. Because again, like realistically speaking, you will never need a gigabit connection to anything. Because like downloading anything, it will only take like a few minutes then, assuming there's like enough upload on whoever you're downloading stuff from. But most likely it will be mostly unused, because I feel that's like how they can price it also so low, is that the actual usage people have is like nowhere near those speeds, so they can like sell them quite cheap. But yeah, so now we need to drill the hole on the wall. There's Elina also.
Hello.
Again, I switched this to the second, so the number 2 is for fast action. And then I also turn this, so this arrow here is for what's the clutch on, and we'll just spin it all the way to this drill icon here. So that should then work for drilling. But yeah, it should be beautiful as long as we get it. That's, I don't know when that will happen. I guess when we have like roof on over our heads on this secondary building, we can get it connected. But yeah, I can actually show you guys the fiber connection I'm talking about. So there's this yellow pipe. Nat says hello. So yeah, Elina is also saying hello back. But yeah, so this yellow pipe here, this thing here, that's so far an empty pipe. There's like a rope inside it that you can pull cables in from, and then the rest of that, so where it goes like underground, it goes to here, and then there's this green loop here. That's what the fiber company, they dug up this one. So that's where they will be putting the fiber into then. So that's waiting for the buildings to progress.
Don't forget to show our secret cable.
Oh yeah, we have another fiber. We dug ourselves to the side here, but that won't be needed, at least for now. So that's over here. You can maybe see the end of it, if we can walk towards it. Because we were thinking that we could have the, like that's fiber we dug ourselves. So when we were doing the sewage pipes, we thought that we can also do the fiber at the same time. But that won't be used, I think, at least for now. Also, Elina just stepped on it, so it's definitely dead now.
No, it's good.
But yeah, so that won't be used unless the rats want the connection, of course.
They do.
But yeah, so Elina has been placing these French drain pipes while I've been working on the camera stuff. So I guess I'll go continue so that it doesn't look like I'm just yapping. But yeah, the question I still think is whether or not we go above or below the previous holes we've drilled. But I guess we could go above for the sake that if someone goes in like underneath there somehow and tries to like cut cables, they would not be able to reach the internet cables. It's also like easy to work with if they are above this. So I guess we can go, we'll drill it above the previous ones. So now we would need to make room here with all the soda. I can't believe this soda here is causing issues now. But I don't know how much of this you can see, as I can hardly see myself. But yeah, I guess we'll do it from the middle, so around the same part as before, so with the electrical stuff. I guess we'll just go from somewhere here, because again I don't want to go too high so that we're like suddenly above the box. So let's see if we went through on the other side or not. If not, then I don't know what happened. so here's hoping we went through to the other side. Oh yeah, Elina's also already here. So I think we might have come through here. It looks like there's a hole there now.
Oh, there is.
And there's also the stuff that got like dropped from there. So yeah, we came through there. So that's okay. We'll just pull the cable then. But yeah, the question then is, where do we come with the cable? But I feel like there's enough space here. Can you close the lid so I can see if there's enough space that we could have the... Because I feel like this corner here, I don't know if you can see there, but I feel like that place there could hold the cables in there. So we could have the cable go from there. So we just have to probably pry open this plate on the side here just a bit so we get it on the other side at some point. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we decide on it. I guess the first thing is to push it through there. So let's do that. But yeah, unfortunately we can only do them like one at a time, because if we were to put in like both the cables at the same time, we would need to know the length. And I feel like if we cut one of them, there's like a high chance that we cut them too short. So for that reason I will only do the one cable. But now I think the question is, do we start unrolling this from the outerior or the interior? I guess outerior makes more sense. So then we have this cable, and now we are supposed to push it through here. Oh no, again, I don't think you can see much, but I'll just feed this cable in there. It should be then coming out from the other end. Now, if I was smarter, I could also have done it so that it would go like from behind the microwave, or because I think we want it to be on this side of the wall then. But yeah, I'm not smart like that. Or maybe then I pull it back. Also, hello Bogus, how are you? So let's move these backs a bit. Let's try that again. But yeah, hello. So again, like at the end of this, we'll need to like make the cable. So as you saw, there's like no connectors on the end of this. So I will need to like unwrap this cable, cut it, and then take out the individual threads or cables, whatever you call them, and connect them to those connector thingies. So that's an interesting thing, or I've never done that before, so we'll see how that works. It shouldn't be too hard, I don't think. But yeah, the question is that can I get the cable on the other side of the fridge? Trying to see if there's enough room there. I'm assuming there should be, but yeah, I don't think you can see much, because again, I don't see much, so apologies for this lack of visual you have right now. I'm trying to have enough hands that, because I have the cable now on the other end of the fridge. So now if I can just get it here and inside the hole there, that would be nice. So let's try and start feeding there's also the electrical cable for the fridge. I don't know which side of that do we want to go, if it makes a difference. But yeah, that's now pushed in there, but we also need to feel like this would be a two-person job, so one would be feeding this and the other one would be pulling from the other side. But I feel like if I just make it loose enough on this side, I can go in and pull it from the other without it being too tangled, I'm hoping. What did I miss? We are installing cameras on the other side, on the outside of the paukku. So these are the plastic holders you can see there, and then I drilled a hole through the front of the van, like caravan, to here. So as you can see, the cables now on the outside. So what we would like is to get this to those plastic holders we have. But yeah, the biggest question here is how do we start with it? So from this side of this hatch, where do we put it? Trying to see where it comes from. Unfortunately, I don't think this is too visual for you guys. I don't know if I can turn you guys to the side enough that you would be able to see. Because there's like a small hole here that I could push it through. But I feel like, because I'm trying to see that if the cable is there, will it get squashed by the lid? Feels like it will. So that's no good. And then we'll need to check So I think we might also need to, we could also drill a hole, just a small one, to get this cable through. Yeah, I could maybe ask Elina to come in and hold this lid open. Elina, maybe she can come in and help. Yeah, I'm also seeing that from how this looks, I don't know if there's enough room to push in another cable. There might be. We'll see when we get there, if it works or not. Onko tuolla pitää tätä auki? So then we'll hold it open. I will get the drill. I think I still have it, have the same drill head on it, hopefully. Where did I put it? Oh yeah, it's there. So I will drill a hole there so that the lid doesn't squash the cable when it goes upwards.
That's a yummy noise.
Yeah, that sounded lovely. Let's see if it goes through there now. Trying to see where it comes out. It's somewhere in here. Oh, right there. Oh, see, I see. Can I actually do some? Can I help it from this side? Because yeah, we need someone to bury in here. Eat the excess. But yeah, it's definitely harder than I assumed to get it through here. Struggling. There's something I can see there, but again, trying to get the head to go upwards is a mess. Can't believe this. Can't believe this. Because if I only had like enough space to put my hands in here, that would help, but unfortunately there isn't. I think I can like, yeah, no. Yeah, nah. So then I guess the other option is to drill through this corner here, if that makes it any easier. I feel like it might. So let's do that. Let's make some more holes. Because that surely will help us. If I can get it there, that is. Did that come through? Or? Yeah, I think it did. Okay, let's see if this helps. Some more holes.
Just keep on drilling
Yeah, I will
holes.
just make this into a cheddar cheese. Hella holes. Because so now I can see the head of it, but it will still be interesting to turn it upwards. I wonder what we could use for that. Maybe a screwdriver or something. Because it would need to like twist just a bit so that I can get the end of it upwards. Could maybe also change the angle I drilled a bit. But yeah, this is some struggling right now with the cables. So let's take a smallish screwdriver. So maybe this one I can use to hoist it upwards. Because it should like move next to the panels there quite nicely if only it like starts going upwards instead of smashing on it. So yeah, now I have the cable here. But I have to say it would be easier if I had a hook of some sort. Because now it's in there, but I would need to get it up here. Can't believe this. I already mentioned that this is a Stragler Blues. Struggling. So you can maybe see the cable is right there. So that's the end of the cable there. Now can I get it on the right side is the question. Because I feel like it just goes deeper in there. I can actually move it. Can you maybe push the cable? Let's see if this works. I need to go closer to it. Yeah. That's the cable there. Don't need to push it anymore. Maybe pull it a bit backwards. A little bit more. Right, keep it there. Can't believe. If only I had a hook of some sort, I could get it to this side. So yeah, this is the part I especially didn't think would be this hard. Can you pull it just a bit backwards? Yeah. So I can almost have it. Can't believe it. It's almost there. That's the end of it. That's there, but it won't stay there. Stay with me. Can you push it upwards now? Yeah, it's so stuck right there now. Just that it's... Can you pull it back a bit? Because I feel like it's in a weird angle now. Can't believe this. Now it's lost forever. It's lost for good now. Because I feel like we could also take it maybe so that it's showing here. I don't think that would matter. So what I'm trying to do is get it here.
Okay.
But so far we've gotten it to this part, but it would then need to be like underneath this plate. But I feel like if we just get it from here, it wouldn't matter if it was showing here on this side. So I guess we can just try again with... Because again, I think we will regardless need to... We will need to regardless do some... Cut the end of it, so because I feel like we've massacred it quite a lot here. But we should have plenty of extra, so for that sake it's not a big deal. But yeah, so now we have the cable showing here.
Can you push it from the other direction?
What do you mean other direction?
Like if you had a...
Like start it from here?
Start it from pushing it from here. No, it
Like
wouldn't.
going from there, yeah. We would need to reverse the whole thing, but that would also be an option that we would start from this. But I guess now the question is, if you close the lid, what happens? I'm assuming nothing. But again, yeah, it does press it a bit. Yeah, it does press it a bit there. So that's not optimal. But I wonder if... Because I feel like it would be better to get it out from here.
Yeah.
But that's a hard one. Unrelated, but my brute force attack worked and now I have some delicious passwords. Can't believe this. Can't believe you've done this. But yeah, so as you can see, the issue here is the corner here. Because I would like to get it from this here and then like be able to just peel the corner of the plate a bit. But there's again the issue that there's like plate all the way to this side here. So we would still need to like take it to the side. So I feel like it's a bit tight tight for the cable to go on. So I'm wondering if that's the best way to do it or not. But I feel like going the other way around, so instead of pushing it through there and then pulling it this side, that we would go from here and pushing it inwards would also be like quite a struggle.
Yeah.
To get it like on the other side of the bridge and stuff. So
True.
So for that, I don't know if that would be any easier. But yeah, this one definitely, it gets squashed. Because if you open the lid now, I think you can see that this thing has gotten like a squash mark on the side here. Yeah, it definitely got squashed, did it? So we would need to get it to the upper part here. But let's see, how do we do that? I don't think we were that far off when we last tried it, but it is a hard one. Hard to succeed in. I wonder if we have anything that has sort of like a hook.
What if we make some kind of loop out of yarn?
That would mayhaps work.
And then we would just strangle the cable and pull through.
But yeah, it's also like so close right now. Can you go and get me another screwdriver, like a small one? I'll try with two.
What size do you have now?
It's the smallish one.
Smallish.
So I'm just holding this here. Because I feel like I have the cable now in somewhat of a good location. So, but yeah, again we will probably struggle with getting the cable underneath the plate unless we like cut a small chunk of the wood there so that it would be like easy to go underneath it. We'll see. I think the first hurdle we have to get through is this one we're right now on. And again, like, I can't wait to get the other side too, because we have that then waiting for us, as we need to get both of the cameras connected.
Get to the smallest one.
Yep. So let's see if I can pull it. It's not unfortunately coming towards me. So yeah, we definitely need something we can either like circle it, or what would be good for that. So some kind of loop. Some kind of loop to pull it with. Do we have anything? Anything at all we could use? Because it would also need to be quite small. So not like a... not anything large, like... not that anything I see around me seems to be things that would work. Because there's like these massive loops, but these will never fit in there. Unfortunately. Can't believe this. Yeah, I don't see anything that would help. So maybe I'll just go struggle some more. But I guess the lid can be, maybe it can even be closed, or can it? But yeah, you can maybe chat, you can see the cables there on the side. If only we get it to this so that we pull it outwards. Then I guess the other option, or the other issue we'd have, is this underneath the plate. Like, how do we continue from there? Can you pull on the cable like back and forth? Back more, because it's now you're pushing it too much forwards. Again, backwards, it's too much forwards. Yeah. Almost have it. Almost have it. Can you push forwards it a little bit? Does it go? Oh wait, I've lost it. God damn, it's so close. God damn. Can you push it just a little bit forwards? Little bit. One more little bit.
That is a lot.
Yeah, you can push it a bit more. Because now I can, like, it's here, but I feel like it does go backwards when I try to let go of it. Can you push it forwards? And then more. Is it? Because I feel like it also might be that it's like too tight here, so it doesn't even come through if it... Oh, I lost it. Can't believe I lost it. But yeah, this is absolute struggle. It's also like, can you pull it backwards just a little bit? Cable. Okay, now the cable is here.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah, I got it now, but I'm not sure if it's... Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that how much damage are we making if we pull it through like this? So I wonder how tight it is if I try to feed it.
It's quite tight.
It's not actually too bad.
Okay.
Like, it moves quite nicely. So it's not too bad. But I guess the next thing is like, how do we get it from this part then? Because I feel like we definitely need to cut a bit of that wood there to go forwards. So I guess for that sake we should take extra of this. And then what do we do with this? Because again we would like it underneath this plate here, but with this wood panel going all the way to it, I guess we need to use some kind of like a knife or something to take a bit of the end there so that it like can go smoother upwards, like underneath this here. So I guess I'll go and... Where's the knife I gave you?
It is near the one over
Well, just like
the middle.
I have no idea where, but let's go and see. There's some emergency vehicles driving, you can hear the sirens. So hopefully nothing too bad has happened. There's the knife. I did hear some earlier, so that could bode some bad things happening, hopefully not. But yeah, so we'll try and make the underneath the plate just a little bit more room for the cable to go on, so that's what I have the knife here for. Maybe give you those, put them in the box, you can put them in there somewhere. But yeah, there was also an ad break. I think we were on an ad break when I was walking there. But yeah, now I would need to make a bit of room for the cables to this without harming the cable too much, I guess. Would also be nice. Also trying not to harm the plate too much, although I don't know, I don't think the knife can do much damage to the plate, so I don't know if that's necessarily a thing I should even try to avoid, if that's a thing that can happen. So there's now a small cut in there. Let's see if I put the cable around to it, if that would not be too bad, I think. Like that's how much it would show on the outerior if we then make it. So then we would need to feed me the cable.
Okay.
Or actually do we need to do it so that I just, because I feel like it might be easier to just pull and feed myself. Let's see. Because as long as we just like have it long enough, I guess that's all good. But yeah, hopefully the signal goes through this after we have. Can you pull some more stuff from there? There should be enough. So we're hoping that we're not making damage to the cable while we're pulling it through. But I'm both pushing and pulling, so I'm not trying to be too rough with it.
You crush every part of it.
Yeah, I'm crushing it all the way through. Let's see, how long do we need it? I think we'll do a little more so we can cut the extra. Because I think we did quite a lot of damage to the start of the cable. So for that sake, I feel like we should. So this is where the cable would be in then.
How many cameras do we have?
Two.
Two, okay.
Let's ask me how many cameras do we have. So, but that's how the cable would go in then. So it's not too bad actually.
Bad.
Not bad for an amateur. But yeah, so then we would need to go and get the camera and see how the connection goes. Because I feel like there was also like some stuff. Yeah, you can close the lid now, I think. We'll come back for the second one. Yeah, you can leave it there because I do have to do the other side.
Okay.
So just don't. The other tools too, if you can. Unless you need the knife, of course you can.
No, I
have it.
don't need it.
Okay. So we'll close this for now, and then I'll get the camera. Because there were like some small screws to the side that you were supposed to do so that the camera locks in place. So I guess we could do those two. But yeah, again, I would like to know, like, because there was some cable from the camera, so I feel like it might be long enough that our beautiful setup gets ruined. Because again, you can see this is quite long. So if we had to put all of this underneath the plate, I don't know if that would work. But let's see. There's supposed to be two. Yeah, there's like those two really small screws that you put on the sides. Try not to drop them. So that's the These are the screws we're talking about. And then I'll need to find a screwdriver small enough for these.
The smallest one is in the front.
Yeah, this one might be the correct one. So yeah, we'll go and connect that camera and test it, I guess. But yeah, this one feels like it works. We need to change the chair on the other side then.
What side do I do next?
Oh, have you finished the others?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you can go from this towards that one there.
Yeah.
Because there will also be like a Y pipe in there.
Yeah.
To split it. But we could do that, like the end part there. I feel like that could be done already.
End part.
Yeah, so I will like talk you through it. So the French drain pipe coming from there comes this side. Needs to be like, I guess, basically right next to these guys there, because this is the corner post. But when it comes to this side, I will give you, there's a Y, like a splitter, and the other end goes here, then the splitter turns this way, that's what connects to yours, and then it continues straight that way. So, but we don't want to make that straight thing, we can do it a bit, but we don't want to make it all the way there, so we can drive back and forth with Avant still. But you can do that part there up until the Y section and then connect that Y section there. But notice that this one here is so much like deeper than the others, because that's the deepest one, because that's where the water goes out then. But yeah, that side can still be done. But yeah, let's go and try and get these tiny screws in. I have to say I'm slightly worried that I'll run out of hands or trying to hold these screws and trying to keep the camera up there and all that stuff. So we'll see how much of a struggle will this be now. Struggles continue, it seems. Hello. But yeah, I don't know if you can see much of this again with the camera hold up and stuff, but I'll place this guy here. And try to screw it in. Try to see where the screws are at. Oh yeah, it's there. But yeah, there's hardly any visibility for what I'm doing here. So it would be better if I was higher up. So yeah, unfortunately you're not seeing much, because I'm not seeing much either. Actually the chat phone is in the way more than usual. So I'm trying to lean forwards to see more. I wonder if I'm, because right now I'm screwing something. But yeah, I'll take a peek. Yeah, I'm in the right place. Very nice. So yeah, I have to say I was having doubts when I started today, or like when I was thinking when we were driving here that should I stream or not, because again I feel like what you guys are seeing is basically nothing at all. So I don't know how good of a stream this will be, like looking back to it and all, but yes, we get some struggling sounds from me trying to get all of this stuff. But yeah, there's one more screw that we need to add, and then maybe you can see some of the things that I've been working on. Because again, I can lean backwards so you'll see a bit, but when I'm doing this screwing, because again this screw is such a small boy that just getting it in there is a struggle and a half. I think I'll need to change the chair location a bit because I can hardly see anything. Let's try from this corner here, but again this chair setup, I wish I had this A ladder, but that's inside the van, which right now is at my parents' place, so no such luck. No such luck today. Yeah, I wish the magnet on this screwdriver was stronger, because that would help with this like massively. But yeah, I have to say I don't want to be the one who takes these off if we ever need to. But I have to say that I assume that will be me. But yeah, I finally got the place, so now I just have to screw it in. But I feel like the screw head might not be the correct one, because then that's like the angle I'm going in for is the wrong one, because it was spinning empty, like making damage to the screw. So yeah, I guess that's definitely not there yet. The way it moves is giving me anxiety. So yeah, it's definitely not there. Okay, now it's as tight as it can get. So that's good. That's good, finally. But yeah, now the question, other thing we have is we have this cable here that we need to connect to this. Where can you actually see anything? Maybe now. So this is where this cable connects to. So we have to make that connection. But yeah, unfortunately, it's not looking like we can completely hide the cables, seeing that they are quite long from the camera, like on the side here. So at best we could maybe put it to the side. But yeah, I guess the next step is to make a connector on that end. So that's the first connector I will be making, and it will also be on a cable on the ulterior wall. So I have to say it's probably the worst place I could start with, but you have to start somewhere. So yeah, let's get the tools for that. So here's the tester we can use then to test if the connections are correct. And here should we have the plier thingy that we can use. And there's some bags of connectors and apparently some, yeah, that's like something you can peel the wire with. So we'll use that as well. And then there's these blue connector thingies. I think we'll also have one of those on it. So let's gather some supplies. So we need one of these connector thingies. I have to say it's looking so small that we'll see if this will be a disaster or not. I think my background with miniatures will hopefully help here, but I feel like doing this outside will not help, not the least bit. So yeah, we'll use this to peel the cable, and then we need to get the cables inside here and onto the connector. But yeah, so the one thing I still need is this camera had this like waterproofing kit. So for the connection I needs these rubber band thingies. I'll check if it makes sense to me or if I need to look up at the manual, like what was it, how was we supposed to do it. Because yeah, you can see this like this rubber thing that needs to go on it, and then when it's through it you screw this thing to like close it.
When you have time, can you come and help me with the pipe?
Yeah, I can come and help Elina with the pipe. I don't think there's anything necessarily that I need to do right now. These tools will hopefully wait for me when I return. But yeah, I feel like this sort of tinkering thing is like stuff that takes a long time. So like you don't assume it to take too long, but it all does. Have you? Oh yeah, you haven't checked with level yet, I assume.
No, I haven't.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, because it looks like it going upwards. So do we push it here?
Just made a imaginary. Yeah.
So can you go? The lid is open, but so we push this guy in the French drain. Okay, so that's there.
So what
Yeah, you can see the white part
water
there.
it will ever get.
Yeah, most likely. So yeah, then we go and try and make a connector. I will need to Google up there, because there's like different ways you can make those cables. So there's like an A form and then a B form for making the end of the RJ45, which is the internet connector. So there's different ways to do it, like 2 different ways, and the only difference is the placement of a, I think it was like yellow and green cable. So we'll just decide one and stick to that, because again it doesn't matter which one you use as long as it's the same one on both ends. But was there like a quick guide or something to how that waterproofing thing works? Because again it's like, yeah, it's these 4 parts, so this one goes with it. Just trying to see if it makes sense to me or not, because I feel like we should already push this through so that we have all of this in the cable before we make the connection on it. But yeah, I might have to check the manual for that, because I feel like there was a handy picture on there, like how do we put this on, because you can also use this other camera to like test this. But basically when you connect the cable here, you would like close the thing with this. But to make it waterproof, I'm assuming there needs to be like a rubber either here. I would just maybe assume that the rubber goes onto this guy here. But how do we put it here, baby? So yeah, we can. I think this would make sense. Now I feel like it would be waterproof, like with the rubber being squished there. So that's pretty much what I'm assuming is the case for that one. Then on the other end we have this. So I'm assuming this rubber thing goes through the cable and then like this. Oh wait, no, it cannot go like this. Definitely not. Like this mayhaps then. Yeah, I feel like this would work. So we would have the cable through here before you make the end connector for it. Can't believe Nat is here just to redeem finish for 1 minute. But yeah, I will Google the instructions. There you have 1 minute. No niin, eli katsotaanpa nyt ihan sitten netistä, että miten se toimii. Niin, suomalaisia kaapeleita. Suomi-kaapelit. Suomi mainittu. Torilla tavataan. Täällä oli tämmönen QR-koodi, jossa oli jotakin ohjeistusta, ohjekirjoja ja latauksia, niin katsotaanpa, jos tuolta löytyy jotakin. Mun muistikuva, että tuolla oli ihan fiksusti settiä. Hetkinen, mennäänkö se tuosta vai koska mun pitää nyt painaa tuosta linkistä. Katsotaanpa, päästäänkö mihinkään. No niin, se ei olisi haluttu jatkaa vaan sitä. Kuinka monta minuuttia sitä pitäisi puhua? Ette te voi haluta tätä suomenkieliseksi tätä striimiä, jos mä vängän väännällä kuule painaa englanniksi, niin kaikki englantilaiset täällä vaan haluaa, että mä puhuisin suomea. Miten tämä voi toimia? No niin, täällä on tosiaan tämmönen joku pika-aloitusohje, niin katsotaanpa löytyykö tästä jotakin. Jos tämä oli nyt ollut varmaan sitten väärä tarra. Nyt tulee toinen tarra. Toinen tarra vielä. 1 minute gone. We are 7 seconds in overtime even. But yeah, I was trying to check the manual for if there was a clear picture or something that I could check the rubber thingies, because again it's like waterproofing it. So for that sake, I was hoping that there was some quick guide. Sorry, can you please repeat that? Can't believe this. But yeah, again, like I asked earlier, that whether you guys want me to change that Finnish redeem somehow. For I was thinking either to make it like longer, or then like either like the cooldown could be shorter. But I feel like it would maybe be like 5 minutes or so. But like have it then of course cost more points, because it can't be any cheaper. But yeah, so there's this instruction here, like showing the like what do you put in like each place. So I feel like this will help us a lot, because there's like the different numbers for the different parts, and I think I actually had it the way that it was made to be made. But I feel like you can actually see with this picture here that there's no way you can put these things in there if there is a connector in the other end. So we definitely have to start with putting these in there, so that we have them in there already when we make the connector on the other end. Also, I crocheted the 2D heart and practiced some stitches today, slowly getting my head around the basics. That sounds nice, very good. Oh yeah, that was also, it's weird, did you actually put it as a message and then like redeem the thing, or is that how it shows it to me? I'm curious, because I feel like I have it twice here now, but I feel like it could be because of like real-time chat showing it for like that for some reason. I wouldn't know why, but I guess it's either that or... Does it show that's a channel point goal redeem? Does it show that's a channel point goal redeem? What do you mean a goal? Because I noticed that there were like goals for like I could boot up, but I feel like that's just a redeem for you guys that you can like update me on your goals. But I'm curious if you sent that first as a message and then redeemed that thing, or if that's still the same one, because it shows to me that it's like first there's the message of what you just typed in, and then there's the redeem with the same exact message. So I'm curious if you only redeemed that with that message. So if that's like how I will be seeing them in the future. On the screen, my goal update looks like a normal chat message. Just send it once. Okay, that's interesting, because I do have like the redeem. You've done the redeem for it, so that's just. I guess that's how we'll see them in the future. That's interesting. But yeah, so we'll need to make this cable thingy here, and like I mentioned, we need to put in this connector too, so that's not showing here, but this is for the cameras of these parts you're seeing. So I guess we'll just go for it and see what happens, because again, I hope we'll try and make extra. I said that 1 + 2 connects, and you connect 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. I didn't hear you say 2, so I'm wrong. Yeah, I don't think I said any numbers, to be completely honest. Did I say any? Because it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think I said maybe any of those. So again, that you might be just, throwing it. Like you mentioned, I think you said it earlier, that you'll just throw it on the wall and hope that it sticks. So was that one of those cases once again? None. But yeah, we'll hopefully get all this gear that we need to. Yeah, you're flunking so bad. Can't believe this. But yeah, you need to have like an AI or something, like transcribing what I'm talking, so you can come in and like, yeah, this is actually what you spoke about, like everything, word to word, word per word, what I just said, and that would be like, okay, Nat, what has happened? Then I would be like, yeah, come to a Discord call immediately and start speaking Finnish, and I would like catch you like that. So don't think you could get away with that. But yeah, these are the tools we should be needing. Let's see if we have all of them and if I forgot any. So I'll just place them here and hope that I don't lose any of them. This would be the place that they fall over, like fall down from. But yeah, so we will need to put, because here we already have this rubber thing in, but we need to push this. Yeah, I guess we'll just push both of these through the cable. But I'm trying to think that if you could do this without the cable having the connector on it or not. But yeah, I feel like we just push these through the cable, and because that thing is this roll will be on the other end, what's already like linked to the camera there, and these two parts we will add to the cable. But just that we have them on the right side, we'll just push these through here. So the first one goes in. Again, I don't know how much of this you can see. But yeah, it's actually quite a tight fit, so what the hell. Actually, yeah, it does go in quite okay, with just that I was trying to push like all of it at once, so I guess that was a mistake on my part. So now we have that thing on the end of the cable there. And then we have this small plastic ring, but that goes onto the holder that the camera has. So we'll also put that in there so that we don't lose it. So that's now there. So now the only things we have remaining is to connect the cables. And again, I haven't decided even yet which one I will be doing, because there's, like I mentioned, there's two different ways to do them, and there's this A1 and then there's the B1. So I will have to Google up the image anyway, like what's the cable ordering look like, and I've never done this before, so if there's anyone here with experience, feel free to correct me at any time. So let's see, RJ45, so I feel like this here. So here actually, wait, can I make the picture any larger? Can I not? Can't believe this. Can't believe this. So here you have a picture of like what we are working with. Can't believe this cookie stuff. Where's the picture? There. It's so small. But yeah, so this is the picture. So there's this B and then another B, but I guess this one only has the B then, yeah. But yeah, you have like you can make it with the A1 and then the B1. Let's see if there was a comparison of the two. Although I think having both of them visible could be like also like confusing to me. So I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. Can't believe I should maybe not do this on stream, because I don't know what's coming up. It's like in Snapstream that I keep googling up the words they come up with, and I need to have safe search on when I do that, because they're suspicious folk in Australia. But yeah, having a secret earpiece to feed the lines, yeah, exactly. That would actually, that would also circumvent me trying to check on whether or not you're cheating or not. There's a site called Do It Yourself, Make Yourself a Cable. So let's go there. That sounds like exactly my stuff. If there's, oh yeah, it's locked. You need to pay for it. That's nice. That's perfect. Can't believe it's this hard to find like an actual picture. Okay, so here actually there is the A and then there's the B. So we just have to make sure that we do like all of the sides that we make with the same one. Like whether it is A or whether it is B, just we have to just like decide now which one we'll do and then stick to it. So like whenever we're making cables, we'll do them with the same kind. Because you can make this so that it's like a different on each end, but that would mean that it's like connecting two computers to each other, not like connecting one computer to the like the outside internet. So those were like back in the olden days where you could have like LAN parties with just like two computers next to each other and like having local network between those two. So that's when you would like do these cables. So it's not like a pass-through cable, but it's like cable connecting two different computers. But normally like 99% of the time you're making these, you are making pass-through cables, so ones that you can get to internet with. So for like routers and stuff from computer to a router. But yeah, so I think we can either toss a coin to which one we'll start using. Because again, you can see the difference being that either the green ones are the first ones, or then the orange ones are the first ones, and then there's like this orange being in the middle of the, like both sides of the blue one, or then the green one is there on the both sides of the blue one. But yeah, so many colors. So that means that inside this cable here, we should have all those colors. But I have to say, I was watching a video yesterday of like someone making this, like explaining how it's done. And it looked like, I was like looking at it like, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. Like it's such a massive cable, and now that I'm seeing that those are like extremely small, I'm like, yep, I was lied to. Like those are not small in any way. But I feel like I remember my father saying that he used to make all his cables as the A type. So that's why I'm thinking, should I lean to make them on with the A type myself as well, so that if he ever comes here and makes cables, that it would be the same ones he's used to making. I feel like the B one I think is more common, like universally, so I feel like that would be the argument for making them in the B standard. But yeah, I don't know why those, whoever started this IBM or whatever, why they couldn't just like agree on one and like make that a standard. But I'm also seeing if this tool, if it has a, oh yeah, it can actually cut. There's some cutters here, so we could cut the end of it, because I know we at least need to cut that part because we struggled with it. So we'll cut the end of it, and I know we'll need to cut some more in eventually, but we'll start by just cutting that part there. So now we have nicely cut cable. Then we need to peel it a bit. But yeah, so many colors is right. So now we'll need to, yeah, I don't know, this cable feels like it's too thick for this peeler. Or maybe we peel some more. So we'll just use this peeler here and spin it around. Oh wait, then maybe not. I think that's how it's supposed to work, but maybe not. Then I need to hold it, because I wasn't really holding it when I first spun it. Yeah, it does like come out of it quite easily. Let's see if we cut it all the way through. It doesn't look like we did. But yeah, this set I have for this thing is like the cheapest one, I think. So that could maybe be the reason. There's some struggling with this. So now we should have it. Yeah, so now we can peel it. Peel the cable, and then this is like stuff that you can use on the outside, so it has this foil around it. Because this is like outside proof cable. I guess we need to cut all that stuff, but we also would need to peel this. Oh yeah, you can actually peel it quite nicely. So that's the rest of those. And then it's also in like a rubber, like in a plastic. So we can also try and peel that. Like so. So now we have all of it peeled, I guess. I'll give some of this stuff to Elina so she can be helpful there. But yeah, now we have like this, because you might have noticed in the picture there's like this like blue, then there's like this white and blue, then there's like this brown, and then there's like this white and brown. So there's all those different colors. So now we have all those out. Now we would need like pliers, something to cut this inside plastic with. But I don't know if we have any actually.
Cut them in a correct order.
I don't know what Elina is trying to say. Cut them in the wrong or right order. I don't know what's that supposed to mean. Elina is saying that we're diffusing a bomb here. But yeah, I'm not sure if we have actually something that we could use, because I don't know if we have pliers here. I might have actually in my construction case there. Let's hope I do, because yesterday I was remembered that, and I was like thinking, where do I have pliers in? Because I have different kinds of pliers in my miniature Warhammer building like case or whatever, but that's not here. So let's hope I have some kind of pliers here too. But I feel like I might. Again, I can't believe the trunk is like halfway opened here. So I don't know what happened here. Let's open it. But yeah, let's hope here's some pliers we can use. These are not really the kind of pliers I'm looking for. So I guess it's more like side cutters is the thing I'm looking for. There's actually some I can see already. So yeah, this should work. These are a bit big for this, but I feel like it will work. It should work nicely. Let's see if the trunk closes. I don't see why it wouldn't, but so it's maybe hitting something. So maybe this bag I have is too close. Oh, surely there's nothing in there. Surely now it's all good. Let's see what the... Can't believe it. So I remember my father saying earlier that he thought that it's like sunlight reflecting somewhere on it, and that's why it's not like closing all the way, but it could be there's something else to it, because I feel like surely it hit nothing there. But yeah, so now I have the pliers. We can cut the plastic thingy on it. What is Elina waiting?
I pulled out the pipe accidentally.
Ah.
And then I need the direction where to go next.
But yeah, you need to push down on it hard if I am to.
What?
Like with your whole weight.
Yeah.
So it's in there once again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll get you the Y pipe. Because there's this pipe for Elina that splits, so you can get it the correct direction. So it's like this here, and Elina will use this side that goes in an angle. So this guy here will be placed basically anywhere, so that this part here goes directly towards that side, and then this one here is turned to you, so you connect it here.
So I guess it goes somewhere like this.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can also then make a small pipe leading out from this if you like, but as long as you need to then connect it here. So I feel like you need to dig it deeper here.
Yeah, I do.
But yeah.
But it goes to the fabric there.
Oh, I see. That's not too good. Oh yeah, you're right. So I guess there's no other option than like slicing the fabric from there and digging some of the ground from underneath it. So you'll have to take all the gravel from the sides, like separate the gravel from there. So then you'll just have to use a knife and slice the fabric, then take some ground out from underneath it and put it back. Like there's also like extra fabric there, so as you have had to slice it, you can then get some extra fabric there, make like a patch to cover the slice you've made. So that's how you'll have to do it. But yeah, I feel like you could also, I don't know how, if that's, oh yeah, not really. I was thinking if you could like dig up this pipe a bit and move it towards there, but there's also the electrical cable coming out, so there's no way, nothing that can be really done about it, so you just have to go from as close as you can to it, because again you'll have to then turn it a bit so that it doesn't go like on the insides of the foundation. So you just have to, I think the way you're going right now is already quite good. But I feel like here maybe then you should also take like the extra fabric, like make a slice of it and put it on that side so that none of the ground collapses on our pipe. So when you have the pipe in there, you can just put in cloth and then throw some gravel on it, so that it's like the cloth will be like pressed onto this side, so that it doesn't collapse to this way. Because nowhere else do we have this issue that there would be like ground collapsing on it. But this here, with how the electrical stuff is already dug, it's so close to the side here. But yeah, you just take the knife and just cut the slice of the fabric there, like maybe 30 centimeters or something, to have it on that side. So yeah, I'll go continue with the connector stuff. I think I brought the pliers here. I hope I did. So yeah, here's the pliers. So we got this plastic like protector that's inside here. So we cut that, and carefully so that we don't cut any of the cables we're working with. So here's the cable cut. And I feel like these should have markings on them, so even if it's just like a white cable, it should have some stripes on it. So I'm trying to see if that's the case or not. Yeah, there's like ever so slightly. I guess the green one is the one with the least visible ones, but yeah, these ones have the colors with them, so you can see like even after you've separated them that which one of them is which color. So that should be all good. Okay, I don't need gloves for this, so I'll just get rid of these gloves I had. But yeah, so if you guys have never done any electrical wiring, or I guess mostly doing internet wiring here, so here's some practice for that if you're interested in how that's done. So I'm trying to squeeze it with my fingers ever so slightly and pulling it so that it would be less curly. There was also a tip of like how to untwine them, would be to take the rubber exterior that I cut out and like push it in there and then spin it with that, but I feel like doing it by hand is also like, it's not too bad. I feel like if you were to do this like a work day's worth, I would then like assume finding ways to make it easier would be nice. But since I, for example, today I think I need to make like 6 connectors, I'm assuming, so 2 for these cameras, and then I need to make a short cable for in the future if I will be changing this setup, so that I'm using this new data router I bought. So for that I will in the future I will have that instead of the modem I'm using for the Bella box right now. So for that sake I will also need to make a cable for the Bella box. So for the IRL setup we'll also I don't know if it will improve. It depends on whether that's better or not. It could be worse, but at least it should be one that works with these cameras. So in the future, the way I'm thinking this would work is I would have this camera setup working whenever I'm not streaming, and whenever I'm streaming here, meaning streaming on the plot, then I would have the modem with me on this bag that I have this Bella box in. So whenever I'm streaming from the plot, the cameras would not be connected to the internet. But whenever I'm not here by myself, like here in the plot, then the cameras will be connected to the outer worlds. But yeah, I think there were like two different types of these connectors. I think the sort of like pricier ones were sort of like, I think they were like easy plug-in or like pass through, and those would be like open on this end here so that you could just push through them, but unfortunately that's not the case here. So
I need the knife.
oh yeah, is it underneath there? So yeah, I don't remember what I was saying. Hello, I got interrupted. Can't believe this. But yeah, so yeah, I was explaining about this connector thing, that there's like a easier, faster way to do them in, but it also requires like a different types of this thing. So I guess it depends on like your budget and stuff. But yeah, so in the end you then put these in here and then you crimp them, so you press this thing and that will like close the cable. But before that we need to actually make the connections. So yeah, but first I guess we maybe should have done it already. We actually should have done this way before, so we have to push this through there as well. Let's see if that's still possible with the way we peeled everything now. Can't believe this. Can't believe this. But I guess we could cut out all the extra stuff around here, so the foil and all that stuff. So, but yeah, that's where I blundered now. Should have done that already. Can't believe this. So there's some of that extra stuff away now, but let's see if the blue thingy will go through it still or not. This thing is such a flexible thing. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. So I feel like it should also go like deeper there. Can't believe you massacred the game, but yeah, unfortunately that is the case. Can't believe this. It should definitely go deeper there, but I feel like this cable that we're using, since it's like this weatherproof cable, I think that might be the reason. This is more of a tight fit that I would assume it normally being. But yeah, we have it on the other side now. So that's good. So that's there. But yeah, now we would need to like get the correct order for these cables. Now do any of you guys remember what was the order? We have the picture, we can check that. We can check the picture. I feel like that's the obvious choice we would need to do. Let's see if I still have it here. So if we go with the A, I can't believe this. Can I actually save the image? Please. What the hell? What? No, it's like a picture of a print. Can't believe this. Save image. Can I get it somewhere? Can't believe this. open with whatever, I don't care, just let me see the picture. There we have it. So the order is white, green, green, that's as far as I could also have gone. Like I remember that we go with the green first, but it's the white, green first, then there's the green, then there's the white and orange. So it's then, I think it's this one then. I feel like being colorblind would not do much good for you here. Luckily I should not be. I shouldn't be one of those people. Then we have solid blue. So it would be this one. Do we have the order still? I might just like messing it up. Is it already, is that so far correct? Yeah, so there's the white and green, green, white and orange, solid blue, then there's the blue and white coming up next. Wait, I'm messing them up already. And then solid orange is next. Then there's the white and brown, and then eventually the brown. So that would be the order, right? So let's check one more time. White and green, yeah, green, white and orange, solid blue, blue and white, solid orange, white and brown, and then solid brown. So that should be the order. But now we just have to make sure that they stay in that order when we start like putting them next to each other. I will actually have to do another double check when I'm done like trying to get these cables next to each other, because I feel like they might already switch places here. So I'm trying to like squeeze them so that they would be like next to each other, because that's how they are in the cable then, like in the connector. So for that sake we need to try and squeeze them close to each other. So I'm just squeezing. So that's how we have it now, but I feel like there's some changes to the one that we're supposed to have. Yeah, because then now we have the green one first. Can't believe this. So we need to switch is it otherwise correct? Yeah, otherwise I feel like it's correct. So the only ones that switch position were the first and second. So I'm just again squeezing these guys together. But yeah, the tip I then saw was that you would put these connectors next to each other, so that you would like put this cable to approximately the depth you would have it at, and then you would just like see the distance, like, and then you would like mark it. Okay, so I'll cut them here. So basically that's how you would do it. But I think I'm actually, you would need to have them this way. Yes, for sure. So that would be something like this. Reminds me of a scene in Archer. Cut the blue and white wire. One's blue with the white stripe and the other one's white with the blue stripe. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. Can't believe this. But yeah, I'm hoping these are like tight enough bundle. I feel like it might not even be tight enough bundle that they go into this cable. But I feel like we should maybe first cut it a bit long, so we'll see how they go in there, so that we don't have to start peeling it again. So for that sake I feel like we'll do one, if at all not correct, we would have it longer than shorter. So but again it would need to be like a accurate cut in the sense that it would be all of them would be the same length. So that's what we have now. Now whether that is good or not remains to be seen. But yeah, unfortunately we won't know if the connector, if we've done goofed or not, until we actually put them inside and do the same there. Because again, the only way to see these would be to test it, and to test it you would need to have them on either end. But yeah, it's hard for me to tell if these are like deep enough if they went all the way there, but I feel like they done did, because they hardly go any deeper there. I'm just curious if they should have been shorter or not. So I feel like this part maybe would go a bit deeper. So again, if I like crimp it now, I don't know if it will like stay there or not. But yeah, we have so much extra here that we can definitely do some like practice runs and stuff. So I guess we could just crimp this one here and see what it looks like. Like if we've done any good or not. So I feel like we'd put it like this there in here, do we not? Surely it has to go that way. Oh wait, it's like this. Surely. Is it not? Wait, what the hell? Oh yeah, it does go in there, it's just the angle needs to be correct. So now I would need to crimp it and let's see if that does anything or not. Yeah, it does feel quite sturdy. But actually you can't like redo them, I feel like, because there's like this plastic thing on them that once you've done it, it goes in there, like you push it with this here. So if you like mess it up, you have to do like another connector, so they are like one-time use in that sense. But yeah, I think we are happy with this for now. We'll do the other end and then we can then do the connector test. So we'll then test the connector. Try to see that if I've like done goof, but no I haven't. So that's all good. So then we could slide the blue thingy downwards. So this guy, if it comes, could pull it down to protect the clip. Again, I don't think you can see much, but it's just me trying to get the blue thing in there. So that's now there. So that's to prevent this plastic thing in the end to like falling off, because some people like they twist them on the wrong end, and that's how you break it. But yeah, we'll definitely need to do the tester first before we do anything else. But for that we need to go inside, repeat the process on the cable. We need to make sure we have enough of it. So we'll basically just pull it so that it's long enough, and then try and repeat what we just did. Hopefully it will be less of a struggle, but then at least inside we can sit down and maybe see better what we're doing. But yeah, there's plenty of extra on that side already, so I feel like we just need to make sure we have long enough cable on this side here. So basically if we look at the cable, so it's this one here on the roll, we just take a, because if you think about like now it's coming from the wall quite directly, so we'll just take in a few more rolls of it like this. It should be way long enough that we can still like pull it inwards more if we want, or like outwards if we still need some more there. So that should be all good. So we just cut it here. like so, and then so this is the end we would need to start making the connector into. But yeah, it will be extremely interesting for me to, when we finally do have the tester, to see like whether or not we have succeeded or not, because like I mentioned, I'm an amateur and I've never done this before, so it will definitely be an interesting experience whether or not we've managed this or not. But yeah, we first again have to peel the cable. You can pull it sideways to remove it. So the plastic bits at the end. Again, like some suggested that you can use this plastic part to like unroll the cables. But I feel like for my sake I don't really need to do that. You are amateur as yeah, that's, I was referring to that. Amateur Saku is where that name comes from. It's somewhat of a recent rebrand. So I was previously known as Sikari, so for some I guess still know me by that nickname. I think Nat was the first one to start calling me an amateur, because I think she knew that deep down I've always been an amateur, so it was easy to switch there. Can't believe this. Old lore, yeah. Exactly, but yeah, there's these. Again, I think these are for like, because it like these are weatherproof cables for like outside, so I feel like this is sort of like for electrical spikes and stuff, so that it would like interference and stuff would like work. It would like prevent that with this insulation on the outside. So yeah, we have again the same cables coiled up with the white counterparts. So the orange and the green and the white versions of them. But yeah, starting out, so if we need to decide like what's the order we would go for, we would have it so that this yellow would be in the middle basically. The blue one would be like closer to the green one, I would say. Seeing that there's only one yellow in either side of the blue. Hello gamers, hello Citronelli. How are you? Should we have cut it shorter maybe? We'll see. But yeah, so now we just unwind them, and like I mentioned, someone suggested on like a video I watched that you would go with this like the shell or whatever, and you could like, I'm hoping you can see this, but you can like pass it inside there, so that's how like you uncover them from each other, is by rolling this. But I feel like, okay, you did get them like apart from each other, but still I feel like you have they're still like all the way twisted. So I feel like if you do it by hand, you can also like untwist them a bit. But yeah, so this is something you can do to get them from each other, from hugging each other basically. Is to use this guy. But yeah, which one was it? Was it solid blue that got first? I think it was the white blue that go first. So it would be like this then. We'll see if I actually, if I start remembering this. I will 100% always still like check the picture, because I will never trust myself to remember this correctly. Like the one time I will be like, yeah, I remember it, no worries. I will get it wrong, 100%. Like no way around it. That's 100% what will happen if I ever go for the, I know how they go. I'm good, tired as heck, just past Turnava driving home now. Okay, so there's plenty of driving still for you guys. How was I think you had I don't know if that's a secret knowledge, but I feel like you had like a house sitting, like what's they called? Like you went to look up a place that's for sale, I'm assuming. So, or was it for rental? But what was it like, if I may ask? Is the place, is it looking good, or if there's something wrong with it? Because again, I think it's common law here nowadays. It's known that Citronelli is moving closer to us in like end of August or something. So there was talk of like there might be a stream where I help Citronelli move from south of Finland to to northwards, so we could have like a road trip stream at the end of August or somewhere around them, if that happens. I would assume if the schedules work. I think that's the only issue we might have. But yeah, so here are the cables. Let's check the colors again. Because again, I would never trust myself with these. Yeah, apartment viewing, it was good. For sale. Okay, yeah, so you were thinking of buying. It was good. Sakura is very excited, but I'm more just tired right now. But both sets of parents approve also, so I think we are good to go as long as the bank gets back to us. Yeah, so again, you're also waiting on the bank. But yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, so here's the colors. So we have a white and green first, solid green next, white and orange, then actually it's solid blue, then white and blue, then solid orange, then white and brown, and then solid brown. So those are the colors again. There was a pheasant. Oh dear, that's lovely. Yeah, I'm actually waiting if we do get that road trip, it could be nice. I missed the wiring. Yeah, there's still plenty of wiring to do, so you haven't missed all of it. At least you might have missed some of it, but again, I feel like I'm already mixing them up. So let's see if I can keep them together, because now I'd like to push them near to each other so that they would still be in like the correct order, because they need to be pushed inside the connectors. So for that sake, soldering wires and inhaling fumes is my favorite pastime. Can't believe this. Oh, we are absolutely doing the road trip. I'm preparing to be as obnoxious as possible. I'll just, ditch you out midway. I don't mind. I can take your stuff. You can just, hitchhike the way back if you start getting too annoying. You know how it is, chat. You need to have boundaries. So that's my excuse for throwing out Citronelli mid-trip. But yeah, that works as long as my bed makes it home. Yeah, I don't mind as long as my stuff gets to home. I don't mind if I'm not there. But yeah, I don't feel like they are too close to each other still, but I'm trying to, because there's again, these are basically basically wires. So as a kid you had all this stuff that had small iron inside them. I think in Finland at least we have plenty of those things that had some small short strands of I guess yarn, and then it was just small iron wire twisted around them, so they were just puffy with those yarns. So I feel like it's just twisting those. But yeah, so here we have the cable then again, like so. Then I think we will try and make it more so that it would be on there maybe. That's the cutter there. Yeah, cutting with this is actually hard because I'm used to cutting it from that side, but this one here you need to go from underneath. So somewhere here. Keep moving it. I doubt the location is correct anymore, but let's see if this works or not. I feel like it might also be so that it's not straight. Yeah, it's definitely tilted, so I think we need to cut the ends a bit. Let's see if we can straighten the cut. Oh yeah, this will be hard. So as an advice, I'm giving you guys a free advice. Cut them straight starting out, so you don't have to do the fixing cuts like I just did. But yeah, this one you can see it's a lot shorter than the previous one. So again, I'm just hoping that the order stays correct. I'm slightly worried about this orange wire not being where it's need to be. How is everyone else doing today? I think we have Elina here that's doing the French drains. I think she's vibing. It's now raining outside, so she's no longer vibing. But yeah, it could be that I made them too short now. So we'll see if they... Yeah, it definitely doesn't go as far there as I had hoped. So we done goofed it. Or maybe it does. I just have to push it hard. We'll see. It would also be interesting because I would like to see that they go into the right sockets in the right order, but so I'm curious if they did. It's really hard to see when they are in there already, but I feel like they are in the correct order. Once again, trying to make sure that it's all as far in there as possible. But yeah, I feel like this might actually be a better... Might be better there. Nice relaxing day today. Lots of crochet practice. Yeah, that sounds perfect. That's, I feel like, the best kind of day. How did you learn how to do all the construction bits and bobs? I've googled. I've looked up a lot of things, like this one, as you can see there. I looked up a video yesterday on like YouTube on like how do you make these cables. So that's how I learned that. But I also like I know that my father, for example, has made these cables himself. So I basically knew that this is possible. So now I'm just, you know, again pushing with this thing, so it pushes the plastic from below here inside it, so it like locks it in place. So now I'm just hoping that it's in the correct order. From what I'm seeing, it looks like it is, but that's what we have the tester for, so I think we don't have to guess. But the one thing I forgot to do is put this goddamn blue thing in there, so we done goofed about that. But yeah, it's too late to fix that now, so we just have this cable without it, at least for the test. We can maybe make a new end at some point. Saku is a master of educating himself. He believes he can do everything himself and is usually correct. Yeah, I've heard these sayings of like people that wait, I'm trying to think how it goes, because I've heard it in Finnish. So I'm trying to think like how would I translate it. Because it's like in Finnish it's like I'm trying to think like how do you start it, because it's like jotkut tekee mitä osaa ja toiset tekee mitä pystyy, and there's like some people do what they can and some just like what they are like capable of, and that's like the difference being that, you know, there's not that many things that you aren't actually capable of doing as long as you like, I guess, just look up some stuff. But yeah, so we have the tester here, so we'll put the one side on here basically like this. So now it's like here testing for it, and
But
then
I think it is a very Finnish thing also to, you know, need to do everything on your own.
some people do what they know and others do what they can. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's I think better than what I came up with. Hello, but yeah, Elina, can you go with this one and connect the cable I have on the ulterior wall to this port here?
It's raining.
Oh, is it raining? I can also go outside. I don't mind. I don't think
not raining.
I don't think it's raining at the moment. I just choose to do nothing. But yeah, so this one should be sending a signal from like up to all the way down, and I think it just shows like a green if it's all good. But I actually might not have the battery connected. We'll see. Okay, it's now connected. I'll just take the battery and connect it first, because it won't do nothing without the battery for sure. So let's first put this in here, like so. Because I remember I took out the battery because I was thinking that if it's not in use for long times, the battery might start leaking in there. But yeah, I'll send in a signal hopefully now. Mayhaps. Can you go and check on the other side? Because it's just showing me a green here, so I'm assuming it's either like everything's all good or... Because what I saw online, these devices, I could see all the different like connections going through there, but this one I think we previously tested it as well with like an actual cable, and even then it didn't like tell us anything else than just have the green light there. So, but yeah, I don't speak enough Chinese to know the translations of these things. Because we did check that. I think I used translator app to like check it. reminded me of how I was checking the work laptops of my friends in the company and somehow one of them reduced their battery of their laptop to 52%. That sounds interesting. Tuleeko ne mitään?
Nothing.
There's nothing on that end. But yeah, that's interesting. I guess we could also do it the other way around. So if you come in and put the other end to this one, I will bring it to you. So I'll go into the other one. But yeah, I think we have like other options to test it as well. But I feel like this would also like show the light if any of those were wrong. But I'm curious because this other end here doesn't like have anything basically on it. So for that sake, I'm like curious like what you're supposed to see here. So I guess we could actually first. Oh yeah, battery health. Oh yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, that sounds interesting. Like they probably have had it like plugged into the wall at all times. Can you give me one of those purple cables so we can just test like what does it show at like when we have a working cable? There's 2 of them there, so I will give you one back.
Oh.
Assuming I can get one of them out. Wait, what the hell? Can you take the loop and I will try and get one cable from there.
Oh, this is yours.
Okay. There it goes. So yeah, let's see if this tester is any good, like what we're supposed to see when we have a working cable on it. So like this, and because I did test this with my brother already, but we barely got any like results we knew what to do with. Because I don't think there's any other buttons we can press than just this slider here. Because this light here is green when I move the slider. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else I can press on this thing now. No. So I guess we could also maybe do, just for the sake of a hobby, that we completely mess up a cable. Like if I make one end correct and then completely mess up the other end to see like what it will tell us then. Because that's like an interesting test I guess would. Because again, like I'm assuming this means that all is good because like it's showing with this cable that all is good. But then like if we make a cable that's all messed up, then we would know for sure. So I'll just come there. Because we do need to make the cable the short one for to use with the new modem I have. So we'll just cut a shorter section of this cable. I think we even need this much, but I will, for the sake of practice, take a little longer so we can cut it as we go along. So here we have a test cable. So we'll start out with making a correct one. But yeah, before we forget, this time I will put the blue thingies on both ends, because we already done goofed once. I might have to do the end there again so that I get this blue thing in there, because I feel like this is a nice thing to have to prevent you from breaking the other connector on the. But yeah, again you can see that this being the weatherproof like outside cable makes this putting this one in here harder than I feel like it would normally be with like a normal cable, because I feel like normal cables are way thinner and they don't have this foil inside them. It gets a bit easier when you go past a certain point. But I'll just put it here far enough that I can peel the other end. Let's see the other end then. There we go. But yeah, I feel like it was actually like one of my barbers that said that he has had it said of him that he does what he wants and others do what they can. So I maybe hopefully the same kind, so that I don't necessarily think that whether or not I can do some stuff, because you know, like if you like really think about it, there's like of course some stuff that you can't really do like without being like, let's say like an astronaut or like extremely brilliant, but there's like hardly normal stuff that you couldn't do if you have just a normal brain. But yeah, I feel like we don't need to peel it as far as we've done before, because like last time I cut it, like I cut so much of it away, so I feel like we wouldn't need to waste that much of it. So we'll just peel it from like a few centimeters. Because if we had those like pass-through connectors, so like I mentioned earlier that there's these two types of connectors, like I guess the pass-through ones are like newer than these are, but you would have like a different kind of tool for like squeezing them in, and that would be like the type that would like cut the excess. So you would just like put them in the right order, push them through it, so there's like it's open from this end here, so you just push them through it, and when you squeeze it, it will also like cut the excess. So that's like the newest type, I guess, but we don't have those here. We'd also need to buy a new type of tool for like squeezing these, so I don't think I will ever go for those since I already have this set of tools. As again, I don't think we'll be doing that much of this that it would be like slowing us down having these old standard ones. At least I hope so. But yeah, I'm assuming I can do like all of these internet cable thingies inside the house, so we'll save some money, because usually like you could like normally I would assume people will hire just like an electrician to do it, but this is nothing that requires permissions and stuff to do, so for that sake you can easily do them by yourself. Like the goal is to save money by doing as much as possible by ourselves, so for that sake it's again better that I practice with these cables already beforehand, so we have some knowledge. I have a small brain, I doubt it. I don't believe you on that. But yeah, there's like a differences to like remembering stuff, but there's like no issue for me. Like I just like check things up if I like if I'm unsure on things and stuff like that, so that's not a issue either. But you don't have to know and remember everything. But I'm trying to peel the plastic, that seems to be the hardest part. But yeah, I'm just happy I found the pliers in there, like these side cutters. Because without these I feel like this would be near impossible. Yeah, there's the middle plastic again, so I'll try to cut it as short as possible, because I feel like last time that was a bit in the way. Like this. So yeah, we'll do the first one correct, and then the other one will fumble by like on purpose. Let's try this. This technique again, if it's good or not. I feel like it actually does save a little bit of your fingers by doing it like this, even though you have to like straighten them up before then. Like without using this, it won't help there. But yeah, there's some small amounts of rain, I think, outside. Could be just wind too. Might be just windy. But yeah, is Elina already finished with the...
No,
Okay, yeah, I was thinking she came
I
inside.
don't think I can finish it all by myself.
Do you need me to push the pipes or?
Yeah, there is a lot of attaching.
Yeah, okay.
But also I think there is a larger part that needs to be shoveled. The fabric cut and shoveled.
Oh yeah, yes.
I'm just tired.
Yeah, no worries, you can take a break. I was just thinking if you were waiting for us to leave, so... But if that's not the case... Because this will still take me 1,000 years. Although I don't know if we need to like finish this by today, I will see. Depends on how late it will be. Because now we've only only installed the one camera and gotten the cable for that, so it would be nice to see that it works, but then like this second camera, I don't know. Do we need to do it today? We'll see. It would be nice to get both of them like working at the same time, but yeah, so again we check the image of the colors. So it's the green and white, then solid green, then orange and white. Trying to see where the solid orange is coming from, so that it would need to go on the other side of the blue. So solid blue and then blue and white, then the solid orange. And then there's the white and brown. So these are now this would be the correct one then. So let's try and get them bunched up together. Like this. And then we'll also need to check the order again so that we haven't fumbled it. I'll check the order while you guys go for ad break, it seems. But yeah, again I'm trying to see the like how deep would it need to go. Maybe something like this. So we'll just take a centimeter or so off. Also try to straighten up the cut because it's again quite wonky. So maybe here. It's not looking too bad. So again we check the order. So there's white, green, white, orange. Hopefully that's white, orange. Yeah, it is. And then solid blue, blue and white. The orange one is, I would like it to be more clearly there, but I feel like it should go into the right space as long as it doesn't move too much when I push it in. Yeah, it's looking like it. It's looking like it's going into the right spot. So I'm just pushing all these in there. And again I'll check the order. Yeah, it's looking like it's correct. So then I'll again crimp it. I guess that, I don't know if that's the word in like English, but I feel like that's what they were saying. They crimp these. Where is it going? Oh wait, sorry, I have the tool upside down. No wonder it's not looking and feeling like it's going how it's supposed to, so like this. Okay, now we have it. Now it's going as supposed to. Okay, so now we have it. You can see that it squeezes that thing. So that should be all good, hopefully. And then we can put this blue thingy on it. I feel like putting this blue thing on it is the hardest part because it moves so hard, like it's so tightly cramped here that it's hard to move it, and then like you don't want to push the connector outwards when you try to get it in there, so like trying to get it without making damage or like pushing the connector outwards. So the end of the cable is now flinging everywhere. Okay, so now the blue thing is in there. It might actually have gone like way too far already, so we'll take it backwards a bit. Hopefully we can still move it. Or is it good? Oh, yeah, it's good. So now we have one end of the cable done. So now we just need to botch up the other end. So we'll try the try the tool that should tell us if we've done a good job or not, so we'll try to like mess this up on purpose. So we'll see different kinds of readings. Because having the tool and not being able to know whether it tells us the result or not is not really that beneficial. So for that sake, I feel like we should test it so that we know that, okay, when there's some issues, it actually tells us that there's issues. Because when we'll do the cabling for the house and stuff, we'll run into trouble if we have like hundreds of meters of cables. Of course, it's only the end connection that gets ruined, so you can always like redo them, assuming you have like excess cable. But still, like being able to test them immediately after doing them would be nice, because otherwise you would have to like hunt them down in like later on when you're connecting computers and stuff, and you're like, wait, why is this not working? So you'd then be able to tell immediately that that's the reason why. But yeah, the tester I saw on a video yesterday, that thing like it circled through the colors. So that's what I'm like curious why the one I had basically did nothing with the colors there. So that's why I'm slightly worried that maybe it doesn't tell us anything. But if that's the case, I'll just have to like return that one and get a new one. So that's basically no biggie, but it's good to know in this part before the house construction like actually starts and the cablings in the house. It would be good to know by now. But yeah, here's hoping that we get some kind of reading. Because I don't know, like if we just like, I think we should maybe botch up only like one cable, so like the last two or something. So then we would like, because it would be good that we know which one is botched, so that if we get a reading that we can then like understand the readings in the future as well. Because if we simply like do whatever and then it just tells us whatever, it could be that we don't know how to read it in the future. Although I don't know if it's like matters much that if we can like, if we know that okay, this cable is botched, because again you can just cut the cable and redo the whole connector. So for that sake, I don't know if you really need to like fix them in that sense, then just redo them. So for that sake, I don't know if having the skill to actually read that thing is that important, as long as you know if there's something wrong. But yeah, let's cut this plastic thingy inside it. There's like this plastic in there that separates or like keeps the different colors away from each other. So we'll cut that thing out. So then we go with the, start once again with the green. So I feel like this would be the correct one. I will check the picture again, but I feel like it would be the correct here. So there's white, green, green, white, orange, solid blue, blue, white, solid orange, brown, white, and brown. So yeah, this is the correct order. So we just switch up the last two. That should be telling us then. So we'll just switch those two into different order. Yeah, there's actually another mistake here with the orange slipping past. So we'll actually fix that so that we only have this one issue. Not too many, because again, like it would be beneficial if we know what's wrong when it tells us there's something wrong, so we can. Because there's like these numbers from 1 to 8, so I'm assuming that if we fumble the last one, it should tell us that like 7 and 8 are wrong or so. So that's what I'm curious about. Yeah, like this. I feel like they are also already quite long enough, so I'll just cut them so that they are straighter. Like this. And then we'll put in a connector. So now we have the... Wait, they actually fixed it on by self. So we need to be double sure that we're making a mistake here, because otherwise we'll be absolutely bamboozled. With like assuming that there's a mistake and there not being one. Again, trying almost making more mistakes than I'm supposed to. But like this. So it seems that they like to be in the order that they should be instead of letting me make mistakes. But yeah, so this one would have a mistake, right? So there's the white and green, solid green, white and orange, solid blue, blue and white, solid orange. Yeah, and then it should be white and brown, but we have solid brown, and then it should be solid brown, but we have brown and white. So yeah, this one has a mistake in it. It's also like, let's cut the edge there, because now that we rearrange them a bit, one of them is longer than the others. It's also not straight now. Hello. Well, I guess we'll see if it works or not, because we'll have to destroy this connector anyway, because it's not correct. But yeah, this is mostly for us to test how it would work with the device that's supposed to tell us how we've done with the connectors. But yeah, I feel like I don't actually need to like crimp this even, like squeeze it, because I feel like I can connect it like when it's loose like this. So I just test it while it's like this. Yeah, so it's the wrong end, because there's like these testers, they can be used for... Oh wait, actually, is this, unless it's crimped, is it like wider? Yeah, it could be that it doesn't go in if it's not squished. So yeah, I feel like we have to sacrifice this one, it seems. Hey brother, is the data traveling already? I actually found those dice trays from the local grocery store. We went to search them before. Did you get me one? Or do I have to go there myself? Can't believe you found one. Because there was like these dice trays that basically were like, I think they were like service trays or something. Like that's how they were marketed. And they were like perfect dice trays. So you could see how easily, or maybe you couldn't, but it's now easy to, like how easily it went inside there now that it was crimped. But yeah, now we have like on purpose made a cable that shouldn't not work. And so far I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, I feel like this tester might not be doing much of the testing. It's not... There's no green light this time, I think. Wait, is it actually even all the way in there? It's not burning, it's not like lighting up green. Oh wait, it is actually. Yeah, so it's just lighting up green on this receiver here. Should not work, yeah, but I feel like I should now get like the color here that should tell me that, yeah, there's something wrong, and like what is wrong. I would feel like I would need to know now. It should tell me that, I hope, but I'm not seeing anything. I'm not being told anything. Because again, just the same LED here, like this one gets the light. But I don't think any others, yeah, none of the others I don't think are getting any. So yeah, I feel like I will have to get a new tester from somewhere to actually know whether or not I have like done goofed with these or not, because I deliberately done goofed with this one, and it should show me that I've done goofed, but it's not telling me that. Can't believe this. It's also like stuck in there. Now it got out. But I can still like, I have to check, because I can like check on either of these that we definitely did done goof it. Surely we've done goofed it. Yeah, it's the same until the last two are like in a different spot. I don't know if you can see it, but the last two are bamboozled. So yeah, this is not working. So the tester I got is not working as intended. It's not telling me anything. So I'll have to get it, because this is also like this set that I got was like the cheapest one. So that's where I got this squeezer thingy, which seems to work. There's nothing wrong with this, I guess. But I could also like order more of these connectors. So I'll just have to get the tester from somewhere that wouldn't be like this cheap thing. Because I would like the one that you can see the signal. Because the one I saw on the video, there was like it goes first to this, then it goes in like steps, and you could be on the other end like seeing that it goes in like these steps. Because you don't like have to know like when the steps start, as long as you see them like going through each of them. Because then like he showed that if there's like an issue, like if there's an error in any of those things, that you would see that like it jumps. So it would go from like 1 to 3 and then 2 instead of like 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how like this was supposed to work. But yeah, this one doesn't have any buttons that I could like press that okay, like start putting in the signal or whatever. So for that sake, I don't know. I don't think there's anything I can do with this, unfortunately. So the cheapest Chinese product wins again. Winning here meaning that it's unusable. It seems. Which is a sad thing. But yeah, for I guess for today, then I don't know if there's any point in making more of this connection. I feel like Elina is already ready to leave here, so it could be that we're done here for today. Also, I'm assuming she's not commenting, so.
Oh, I didn't know you were asking me. Yeah, I'm ready to leave.
Yeah, Elina is done for today.
Oh, I'm done.
But yeah, so I guess I could go in and check the outside if the stuff that I've made needs some kind of cover up or anything else like that. Because again, the camera is waterproof, so there's nothing on that would need any work. But I guess the only thing that could be done here is this cable we made. Again, we can't test it now with this tester being like as it is, but for the sake of this, I feel like we should connect it here so that it would be like under this waterproof thingy. So I could maybe ask Elina to come in and help me just enough that I would like be able to open the lid and like push this cable so that we could have it connected, because we can do the cable testing if it doesn't work, I guess. Like we can check if it works by just like unplugging it in and stuff, but I don't think we'll do that today. So the only thing I'll do today is the clean up and then like connecting those so that it's waterproof. So I'll just ask Elina to come in and hold the lid open, so I'll move the cable. But yeah, unfortunately that thing seems to have died at some point. Even if it has, like, I doubt it had worked at any time. Like, I doubt anything I did broke it. Yeah, Elina, can you come in and hold the lid open so I get the... Yeah, so I'll pull the cable a bit because it's so long now.
Oh.
So I'll get the cable to hopefully a better height, like length basically. So yeah, and then we also need to take out the tools from there, but one thing at a time. So yeah, we'll hopefully get the cable. Actually, how did I get it? It's now inside there so deeply, but let's see if I first of all get some of it back. That is, it was easier to pull it than it is to put it backwards, it seems. But let's see if that's it's still too long by a mile. Let's hope this doesn't do any damage to the cable. Actually, maybe put it like this. And is it now? Is it long enough now? It's a bit long still. Guess I could also yeah, we'll see. I was thinking if I should connect it and like push it only after I've done the connection, but it might be harder to do that, so let's see where it would go now. So let's go up. Oh, then we go down. Can't believe this. But yeah, so for anyone thinking of safety, don't use these plastic chairs. So yeah, let's try this again, because I learned nothing from this. But yeah, that's a clip for sure, my friends. But yeah, it's the A ladders. If only I had them, because those would be the ones I would use in like a normal setting. But yeah, that was probably a interesting blunder on the stream. But yeah, luckily it's not like we are high up. So for that sake, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so we would need to, I guess first of all, we need to connect these two. I don't know how much of this you can see. So we connect this there. It should go through it. Well, I hope this blue thing we've used is not an issue, because it's feeling like it might be in the way a bit. Can't believe we blundered twice if we put this plastic in there. Roll 1d4 to see how much fall damage. Yeah, I don't think we were high enough to get more than 1d4. But yeah, I'm seeing that maybe the blue thing inside there, like the cap thing in there, that might have been an issue, because it's not looking like we can put the cable like this weatherproof thing in there. Can't believe this. I thought that was such a good idea. So to show you guys, so this thing here would need to go all the way there, but this blue thing is like thick enough that it's making it hard to go past it. So yeah, it could be that we actually need to make another connector here as well with the without the blue cap. Can't believe this. Any clippers? Yeah, guys, who's the one to do this? I think that would maybe make a viral clip. So, although it depends on like what I'm saying, I guess, like if any of it looks nice or not. But yeah, I don't think this one goes, because there's also, I'm seeing that there's like a groove inside it. Wait, trying not to like move it too much. But yeah, so there's like a groove inside there, so it's only getting like tighter the longer I push it. So unfortunately, I don't think it will work with this. Because as you can see inside there, it's like getting tighter and tighter. So when I try to push it, I don't know if it can go like long enough there. So yeah, it could be. I don't know how to clip. Saved by the chat not knowing how to. But yeah, it's also a problem because it could be like, then like squeezing this trigger down, so this thing that like keeps it like closed. So if it like pushes that one down, then it will also like open it. So I guess we'll just have to make another connection without this blue thingy on it. So but yeah, that one we'll have to wait. I don't think we'll do that today. So we'll just let these cables hang in here for now then. Yeah, there's the rubber thing here as well. So I guess we'll just collect the tools for today and then skedaddle. Unfortunately, so yeah, that's the end of the story for now. But yeah, luckily next stream we'll have the A ladders, because my father comes back with the van tomorrow, so I'll have all my tools, so I don't have to use these these goddamn chairs. Can't you just cut the blue part out? Yeah, I could butcher it, so I could use the clippers. Yeah, that's actually true, so we could do that as well. Because I don't think we need to like save it, sort of, so we can just like butcher it too. Yeah, I guess. Just seeing that. Yeah, it's like a rubbery thing, so for sure we can use the clippers. Actually, that's a good idea. Can you give me the clippers, the orange ones? I maybe can just cut the blue part out. So yeah, that's an idea. That's something we could do. Let's try and keep the bench stable. So yeah, let's see if we can cut this boy without making too much damage on other parts. Because it is this like rubbery thing, so it should be somewhat easy to cut. Like all of my experience with miniatures surely won't go to waste. Then I will immediately cut the cable and it's all downhill from there. So I'm trying to peel it as gently as I can. As gently as possible. Yeah, I think we split it now. There we go. I smacked you guys, you're getting smacked and I'm getting smacked. Can't believe this. But yeah, now we should be able to connect these two, so now we shouldn't have any issues with that. So this one's then connected. Then we put this guy in and twist it, and then we push the rubbery thing inside the end of this. Like so. I feel like it could go deeper maybe. What's the matter, baby? It goes deeper. Deeper, baby. And then if we can, we'll just push this guy in there. And then it should be sort of like a screw, I think, so that it can just be twisted, and that should be waterproof then. After we get all the circles on it, like so. So now we would just need to, yeah, so we need to still get it deeper in there. So something like this. So there's still, Elina. So we would need to push this cable a bit more towards the insides in there. So that would be the end of this. Let's see if I can actually, maybe I can. Oh. Can you open the lid? So I'll push the extra cable in there. Or can you actually maybe pull the cable a bit?
Yep.
I will push it from here. So I will put it now.
Very tight.
Yeah, it is a bit tight. Can you pull it? I'll put it there, and then it's almost good. It's like a small amount that would go still in there. No, that's good. Yeah.
Yep.
So that should be done. Yeah, you can actually see the rubber thing. It got squashed in it, so it's halfway out. But I feel like that's how it's tight, so that when the rubber thing is squashed in it. But yeah, unfortunately, with how the connector thing is, you can't like make it completely hidden. So that will always be visible, I guess. The end of that part there. But yeah, at least that's like weatherproof now, so we don't have to worry about it. As long as the connector works, that is. But we can't really test it now, so yeah, we'll have to test that later. But yeah, a word of warning if you're making construction with these bad boys. that maybe don't. But yeah, we'll have the ladders tomorrow, so we hopefully won't have to climb on top of these guys anymore. Okay, is there a clip of me falling now? Can't believe this. Can't believe this. You have to name it something like Our First Blunder or something. Sideways limbo. But yeah, I would also need to, I was thinking maybe I should leave this chair out here, so that maybe water would come in and wash it, because now it's like full of my dirt from my feet. So if I put it like this, maybe it will wash it so that it goes downwards. Also I can hear the creaking noises like mad amounts right now. I wonder what part of this. Named it Amateur Takes a Tumble. Thank you very much. Can't believe this. But yeah, I think we'll have plenty of tumbles in before this thing is finished. Hopefully nothing worse than what we just had. Because there was no damage from it. It was just embarrassing, like all the tumbles. But yeah, we'll definitely have more of those. Just hopefully not from any higher places, because yeah, I don't mind falling from like 50 centimeters or so. But if we are like in 2 meters or something, that's like already dangerous. So hopefully none of that. But yeah, I guess that's all for today then, because I don't think we can really continue with these cable thingies unless we know that they are working. So we get the test and then continue with that. I also need to send some emails today, so I will order another load of gravel here, because we still need, I think, two more loads of gravel, I'm assuming. So one more would go again to the same spot. So that's something I need to. There are no more tumble. We'll see. I'm assuming more tumble. Not today though, but in the future. I can't promise you tumbles because I don't want to do them intentionally. But I'm assuming there will be different kinds of tumbles still coming up in the future. But yeah, I guess that's all. I will check if Carl's, for example, is still live, because I noticed she started around the same time as we did. So it could be that there could be someone that raid this time. Although we did raid from our cooking stream, so like we did raid last stream too, but it's been time since we've raided from the plot. Yeah, Carl's is still live, so we'll raid Carl's. Yeah, it seems to work. But yeah, so thank you guys. Carl's is another Australian streamer. I found her via Cici, who I have also watched a lot, and they were like traveling together and stuff. But it seems that Nat also knows Carl, so it's a small world, I guess. It's also like a small Australia, I guess. But yeah, Carl is playing Final Fantasy. Another game I've played. I've never played any of those games, but it looks like an interesting franchise. So who knows? Maybe at some point I will start on those. But yeah, I guess the raid message could be something like "we took a tumble," but you also don't need to put any unless you don't want to. But yeah, we'll see you. I will put up a schedule this evening to Discord, so I will put up the command for Discord if I have time. I think I still do. So if you guys are not yet there, you can go in and check the schedule from there. But I'm unsure of the next week still. I'm assuming we would have like stream from Thursday onwards. So something like Thursday, Friday, maybe Saturday, Sunday, we'll see. Oh, you got a Final Fantasy. Yeah, that's fitting then. That sounds good. But yeah, so we'll most likely be. I will be working on like Monday to Wednesday from what I'm thinking at the moment. So hopefully I get the day off on Thursday. So then we would have streams from Thursday to Sunday. Not sure about the weekend yet though. But yeah, thank you for watching.